in, friends. We are talking all things going live. Appreciate you all being here. This is my 10 o'clock live. So welcome to the room, everybody. 10 o'clock live. We are talking all things going live. Feel free to come in, ask your questions. I want to make sure I'm answering your questions and supporting you in your growth as a live host. So come in, let me know if you have questions. Thank you so much. I'm coming on hot. Appreciate everybody coming through the live stream. If you are new to the room, feel free to come in, ask some questions about how to go live. We are talking all things live streaming here. I tell you before you get started, go ahead and give me a thumbs up to like that live. Click that subscriber button as well as the bell to get notifications. I go live twice a day, 10 a.m., 4 p.m. The 4 p.m., we're going to see what that looks like. Y'all might not see me today. We have to figure out dinner plans. One of my adulting kids, it's his birthday, 21st birthday. So we are going to be celebrating him with dinner. So I got to find out what the family's doing. I'm not quite sure what the family is doing. So we'll figure that out as we go. But with that being said, um, I do two lives a day, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. So give me a like if you don't mind. I also go over on TikTok. So you guys are going to hear me talking about TikTok, all things going live over there so that we can get started. I appreciate you all joining me. This is my live where I'll make this a playlist. You guys can go back and binge watch. Hey friend, how are you? How's everything going? Is my sound good? Let me know if my sound is good. I have it on. I do have it connected. I do. Okay, just wanted to make sure. I do have it connected. So hopefully it's coming in just fine. I have my ads running right now, so I can't see myself or hear myself yet on my other account. But give me a thumbs up if it's good. All right. So about to head over to TikTok. Gonna chat over there a wee bit and chat and connect with folks. Let me know if you have questions. How's everything going in your world? Everything good? You doing good? Thank you so much for being here. You said it's good. Perfect. Perfect. And you good? Are you good? How are you doing? Let me know. Hopefully you're doing well, my friend, as well. So I was saying I don't know if I'm gonna do my 4 o'clock because today is my son's 21st birthday. No, but I'll survive. Okay. Cheers. Are you still waiting to hear back, or is it still kind of pending? Let me know. So hopefully it's pending, and you're like, okay, oh, happy birthday, yes, yes. So 21, and then my husband is Friday, and then my daughter is next Monday. So she's on Monday. Yeah, still waiting. So that's good news. Good news. Good news. Um, and so I call this my hell week in the most endearing way. In the most enduring way possible. It's just a lot going on with the older ones, my son, my daughter, and hubby. So they are in my pockets, in my pockets. I'm like, oh my gosh. My daughter, I think I'm good on because she went with me when I went to California last week. That was kind of a birthday present to her. I told her that we went to a nice dinner, we went to a nice restaurant, and me and her had her first 21st birthday drink. She wasn't quite 21 yet, but they didn't know that. So so she had a drink with me, and we had a good time together. So it was a good trip. Thank you so much. Hey friend, how you doing? Peace and profits from Northern California. Nice. I was just in the state of California. I was in Hollywood. So yeah, that's what we did together. So she celebrated with her mama, and I gotta figure out my husband. My son's going to dinner tonight. We'll do my husband's mother is actually coming to cook dinner for him. I was teasing him a little bit. I was like, "Oh, she's coming for her baby, her 52-year-old baby, come to cook dinner for him." So she's coming on Friday. So honestly, I don't think I have to do anything. I'll get him a gift. I gotta figure out a gift. I have not gotten him anything. So I gotta get him a gift, and I'll do that. And my mother-in-law come cook, so it's all good. So we should be good, y'all. All right, let a girl go live. I'm gonna go live. Let me get this thing rolling. It's 10:30 on the dot, so I want to get us going. Thank you all for being here. Let's see. Let's get going. TikTok live streaming, earn money live streaming. So come in, ask questions, live streaming tips. New live hosts come in, ask questions as you prepare to go live. Come in and ask questions. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you so much for the grind and shine comment. I appreciate it, friend. Thank you for that. It is a grind. So I appreciate that. Thank you all for being here. We are talking how to go live. So I appreciate you all coming to the live stream. We're gonna get talking and growing in a second. How you doing, Marjorie? Thank you so much. How's everything going? I need to get to your live, girl. How's everything going for you? Garden Granny, are you gonna go live today? Let me know. Hello, friend. Others coming in, my new friends coming in. Let me know if you are new. Put that in the chat. Say hello to me so we can get going. I want to make sure I'm supporting you guys as you guys are coming into the live stream. We're going to get going in just a few minutes. Thank you all for popping into this live. Thank you all who are coming in, tapping and sharing out the live. We're going to get this live warmed up. My heart needs are falling. TikTok is being extra. Hey, mediumship, how you doing, friend? That's your. I see the first names and I just say the first names, y'all. I apologize. I apologize on that. So I see it, and that's the name I see and say. So appreciate you guys. Hey, Simply SB. Simply Patrice as well. Welcome to the room. Thank you so much for grabbing that daily heart me. Others coming in, appreciate you joining. We're gonna get started. This is my 10 o'clock live. I know I'm a little late, but I'm here. So come in. We're gonna get started in just a few minutes. So feel free to come in, ask questions. Tell me where you're from too. TikTok is being extra. So hopefully my connection is not too bad. I think it froze for a second. TikTok be nice. M my phone be nice too. I think I'm gonna have to get a new phone, y'all. Hopefully this phone holds up. I'm trying to get it to hold up until like September, October to let the iPhone new phone come out. So I'll get the newest one, I guess. I think I'm at that point. So maybe that's what I'll do, but we'll see. This phone is giving me the fits right now. So we'll see, guys. Thank you all who are coming into the live. I appreciate you all joining. Let me know. Hey, Mama Shay, how are you doing? Mama Shaw. How are you, friends? Simply Patrice, welcome as well. Marjorie, thank you so much. Others coming in. Hopefully, you guys got me right now. I know it glitched for a minute. Fitness with Holly, welcome to the room. If you are new to my live, we usually do a little bit of a warm up. We get the live going. I'm going to share out my live. I haven't shared it yet. And so I'll share out my live so folks know I'm here. I usually add it to my stories. So I want you guys to know that's something you want to do. Share the live out, add it to your stories. I do send it out to my individual group chats and other supporters. So I'll send the live out that way. Um, and that's something else you wanna do. You wanna create group chats. So my new friends coming in, that's a strategy as you're starting to build your fan club and get people coming into your room. A group chat is a good way to kinda, like, get those individuals to know, "Hey, you go live, you're here." They can engage, they can share their lives out too. So it's a good way to kinda keep community engaged, okay? So I would say a group chat is a win. I have group chats for the agency. I need to add some of my new members, so give me a day. I'm not gonna be able to do it today because of, obligations with family. So, my son's birthday is today, so I'm not gonna be able to do it today, but I'm gonna try my best to do some, shifting. I don't wanna add a new group chat. We have some people who are no longer in the group because they're no longer with the agency because their contract expired. And so, with that, I wanna remove them and then add new people. So, that's gonna happen. I just need to make time to do that because I have to remove the old people first. Um but I will be adding my new folks. So keep that in mind. You're gonna see an invite from me for the launch your income group chats and depending on what alpha number you're in. Jessica, welcome to the room. Others coming in, appreciate you guys. We have 3.7K likes. We are 4 minutes in. Those who are coming in, I want to make sure I'm helping you all. How you doing, Megan? Welcome and example, welcome as well. I want to make sure I'm helping my new friends. Hi, Dr. Lisa. Good morning. Good morning, friend. So, I am an agency. It's a free program. It's called the Creator Network Program. I do use this live to also recruit. So, we had some new people join. I'm trying to get our August cohort to about 25. We're still a few numbers shy of that. So, I'm trying to get our numbers up. So, just know if you're interested in an agency, I'm going to talk about that. Again, you have to be a live host. You gotta make sure you're not already an agency. You gotta make sure you're gonna go live, all the things, so I can have you part of my community. I've been creating a list of new live hosts, trainings that I wanna talk about. So, I'm gonna be doing a training in September. I haven't decided on the dates yet, but I'm gonna put a couple dates out there. I'm gonna do a training in September. I want all our new friends to join one of those 2 trainings. So, probably be 2 sessions, one of those 2 trainings where you guys can kinda hear it, and I'm just gonna methodically go down different things you wanna be aware of, okay? So I wanna make sure you guys understand the go live experience from beginning to end. Thank you so much. Hey, Megan, welcome to the room. Do you go live, my friend? Hey, Mystique, how are you, friend? Um, so let me know if you go live. Others coming in, I appreciate you all joining. I think I saw JB coming in. How are you, friend? How's your life journey going? Let me know. What's your topic? Oh, do you do hair artists? Okay. And you said in your bio, I'm reading it says wig influencer, hair artist, capturing beauty one install at a time. Look at you, friend. I love it. Good morning. Hey, worship. Welcome to the room, friend. Others coming in. Appreciate you all joining. We are here. Hey, Dr. Fleta. We are here. So we're going to talk a little bit about earning online. I'm give some, hopefully I can get them through my topic. There were so many good questions coming in yesterday, both in my 10 and my 4. I really didn't talk about my topic too much. so so I'm happy to talk about it with you all. Hello, friend. And then we'll talk about that. Let me know if you have questions. If you are not with an agency, let me know as well. I'll talk about that too if you're interested in joining mine. I go live twice a day. I do weekly meetings with my creators on Sundays so we can have a group meeting. Really great conversation we had this past Sunday. We had a lot of new people. We had a lot of people join the agency, and the questions were just really, some of them were new questions, newbie questions, which is why I'm gonna do the training. But some of them was like questions, like really thought provoking questions. So I'm like, okay, we need to do this more often. And then what was beautiful about it is that we had some creators that were in the agency that, chimed in and shared their thoughts and opinions and experiences as well, and kind of gave it a more richer understanding. So that's the beauty of our community, because we truly are a community. And so you see people learning from each other and growing, and you see people supporting each other too. So it's just a really great, just really some dynamic people when you think about all the different gifts and talents people have and they share it here. So thank you, JB. Thank you for those roses and thank you for the shares, friends. Others coming in, we are doing our warm up. So you always want to warm up your live. Okay. Hey, Ashley, I saw you come in. You always want to warm up your live. You want people to come in, engage, ask questions, chime into the chat. And what we do is we have the hearts flowing, the tapping is going. We got 6.4K likes. We're a little behind because I think we're 7 minutes in. So we're trailing behind. We usually try to get 10K in 10 minutes. So we're going to be right at that. So we'll see if we can pick up the pace a little bit. And so with that 10K, that helps TikTok say, okay, people are here. They're engaging, they're warming, they're actively participating. So that's good. T, welcome to the room. Hey, Queen. He said, I'm excited to hear about things. I'm new and welcome all information. There we go, friend. I love that. And so you probably just recently started going live. Bounty and Bliss, how are you, my friend? He said, "Let's go. Appreciate it." Melissa, what's happening, good people? Let's warm it up in here. He's so sweet. Worship, you're new as well. Thank you so much for being here, friend. I appreciate you joining. You're brand new, friend. Brand new. One follower, no bio. Like you just cut this app on and you saw me. Okay. So welcome to the room. Let's see. Let's go. We got our flash goal. Let's see what the flash goal is. It is Dr. Lisa cares. Y'all know I care. So this is a flash goal. TikTok has this flash goal. All right, as a way to get your room activated. All right. So you want to support the flash goal, you have to have coins on your account. So let me just say that to my new friends in the room. You always want to have coins on your account. So when you start supporting these type of um things in the live stream, the flash goal, getting your heart me, supporting someone's live goal, or if you have things you want to receive from them, you might want to do the viewer wishes. So things like that is part of the experience. You are not watching television. Right. This is an interactive app. All right. I tell people that all the time. This ain't TV disruption. How you doing? Hi, how are you? T. Owens, I saw you as well. Thank you so much, Megan, Melissa, Mystique. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Marjorie. Next chapter. Welcome to the room, friends. All of you guys coming in. I want to make sure I said hi to everybody. Thank you, the wellness diva. Thank you for the follow as well. Thank you all. I did my battle yesterday. It went well. Did you league up? Did we talk about leagues yesterday with you? I think we did. How did it yeah, you're C5. It did go well. You were D1 gallery, and because of what happened yesterday, it moved you up to C5. So congratulations, friend. Congratulations on that. My new friends in the room, you probably don't know what I just said. That sound like a foreign language. so so what I just talked about is that TikTok tracks your behavior as a viewer. So this flash goal is a little test for you all right now as a fan club member. So right here, when we say the Daily Heart Me, join in my fan club. That's another way TikTok tracks your performance. And then as a live host. And so our friend next chapter was talking about her live host journey and she moved up. So that's what just happened. So we talked about leagues and all that other stuff. So that's what you just heard me talk about. Thank you so much. I'll explain it a little further because I know we got some friends who I tend to not talk about leagues. I said I'm new here. Welcome to the room, friend. I tend to not talk about it as much because we have new friends in the room, people are engaging. I don't want you to get bogged down on the live host leagues and growing too much because that's a measure that's done daily and it's based on how you are building community and you have built community and you have consistency in your room when it comes to gifting. All right. So there's something you want to pay attention to. And I'll talk about how you monetize here. Dr. Lisa, the best teacher, grab your notebook. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. You watched my live for 100 minutes. Awesome, friend. I appreciate that. Please go show love to my newest TikTok. Thanks, friend. Appreciate you. Please make sure you follow the live host and get your daily heart me and support that flash goal if it's still there. It is a Dr. Lisa cares. Okay. Those are the things you want to do. You can't ask for support if you're not doing the support. So keep that in mind. I always tell people that when you come into someone's room, you're coming in to engage and do that support. So right now we do have our flash goal. I can't pin it right now because you only can pin it every 5 minutes. So I have to wait before I can pin it again. It is the Dr. Lisa Cares. It's that symbol right there. Mystique is sending it. So if you haven't sent it, hey Trisha T, if you haven't sent it, this is the perfect time to send it. And so that way, you can support the flash goal for the live room. So we have another 5 people. So it's one per person. We need another 5. Thank you, Trisha T. I see you, friend. Thank you so much. I see you all coming in supporting that flash goal. Appreciate the support, my friends. Thank you so much. I think we are close to it. Let's see. We need 2 more. Okay, 2 1 more, 1 more. Okay, look at there. 1 more, y'all. So we'll see if we get it. Don't let me forget about it, y'all, because I'll start talking. Next thing I know, the thing of time out. It's only 15 minutes. So don't let me talk now and we don't get it. Okay. So appreciate y'all. Y'all attempting. Appreciate y'all. Y'all can send the daily heart me. Did you get it? We got it. Thank you so much, friends. Appreciate it. Thank you for that. So what happens with that flash goal is that you say, "Get it, doc." No, 'cause I don't get the time. I was like, "Damn it, darn it, I didn't let the thing time out, didn't mention it again." But and that's happened to me like twice last week. I was like, "How did I miss that?" And it was only one left to get. So I just needed to talk about it. Finding time to go live is a challenge. Any advice? Hey, Jess Erica, welcome to the room, friend. Definitely, definitely. Okay, let me do some homework real quick. So if you're new to my room, be sure to follow me as a live host. If you don't see it up here, just say follow if you haven't done it already. And then if it says join, you want to go ahead and click join so you can become a part of my fan club and get your daily heart me. If you've been here before and your heart me is grayed out, that means you need to click it again to get a new daily heart me. The struggle is real about timing of lives. So here's what I do. And this is the reality. Thank you, JV. Appreciate you, friend. Electro vibes. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you. Um, thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate y'all. TikTok is telling y'all to get the heart me too. Unlock diamonds. Okay, for a fantastic journey. Okay, I see it. Interesting. Um, so here's the deal about live streaming. A couple things you want to think about is how can you be consistent? Okay? So if there's a time in your day and we let me say this first and foremost and not to sound crass or anything like that. But at the end of the day, we make time for what's important to us. We do. We find the time to do the things we want to do. We prioritize things that are important to us. And so you decide how you want to prioritize this. Where does this fall in your priorities? That's going to be the number one thing you have to do. And that's one of those mindset things about this, because it does take a shift in your mindset to make this work. All right? In the beginning is lonely. In the beginning is challenging. You're talking to yourself, you're trying to think of the words to say. You're trying to engage people who are literally out there looking at you. You're just like, "Oh, y'all see me, but you're not saying nothing." And so all of that you have to kinda get past. Yes, it is, friends. You gotta get past that. So that's gonna be part of the mindset shift you're gonna have to make. On top of that, in order for this to work, you gotta keep showing up. You gotta be here. You gotta be consistent. And then there's gonna be at some point, Imma say this to y'all, at some point, you're gonna have to be consistently good. 'Cause I think that's something people miss too. I don't talk about that as enough because I know people are just getting used to it in the beginning, but at some point, you're gonna have to shift to say, "Okay, how do I up my game? How do I improve what I'm doing? How do I make this something that's of quality?" You said, "Oh, nugget." You said, "Oh, she dropping nuggets, huh?" So, keep that in mind. We haven't gotten to that point yet, especially because I teach beginners, and then when we get into our agency meetings, when I'm talking to some more, seasoned live hosts, people who have been here for a while, people I do one-on-ones with my creators in the agency too, and so we have those conversations in terms of how do you bring it up? How do you take it to the next level? And so some of that you're gonna have to get to that point, consistently good. Yes. Yes. Good morning here from our friends invite. Well, welcome. Welcome, Mandy. Manda. Welcome to the room. Others coming in, thank you so much for joining. I'm Dr. Lisa. I'm a TikTok live coach. So I coach you on TikTok. Also, just a broad live coach because I'm also on YouTube and I talk about YouTube as well. And then I also do online business strategy. So I help you with your digital marketing and growing your content and your live streaming, infusing live streaming into your business goals. And then I am a owner and manager of a creator network agency. It's a free program that TikTok offers. Free game. I give a lot of training support. I want to be the live host in the agency that I wanted when I started out. So that's what I try to do. And it's going to be up to you. I tell people all the time because I think people miss the big picture. You got to do the work. That's kind of like what I was saying before, the whole consistency. I can't do it for you. I can give you some tips and strategies and do's and don'ts, but you gotta show up. You gotta consistently practice this. We say here, practice makes progress. It doesn't make perfect. That whole misnomer, that thing we've been told all the time, you gotta be perfect. You gotta be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. This is a learning curve, and if you continue to do it, you get better. That repetition is going to support your growth. Hey, Sherry B, how you doing, friend? Thank you for those populars journey to joy. Thank you so much, friend. Hey, Doretta, how are you, friend? Long time no see. Good morning. Good morning. So you get better over time, but you don't have to be perfect out the gate. Now, there's some things you want to work on and improve. Don't get me wrong. That that repetition is going to help you with improving. That whole concept of consistently good is going to help you with improving too. All right. But again, it's a matter of showing up. And if you can show up in a way that you're saying, I'm not going to stop, I'm going to see where this takes me, you'll see where you'll start seeing those small wins. You'll see the improvement. When I look at my content, and so now I think I'm one of those people. I need to do more content, y'all, but I think I'm one of those people. I got to look at the number. I'm about 300 videos in. I might be 350. If I go back to the beginning of my page, this page here, you can see how much I've grown. You can see the difference in terms of how I communicate in my content, how I communicate in my live streams, my evolution of my page and my live stream itself. All of that is the growth. And so I don't want you guys to kind of minimize that, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to happen over time. You get better, you become more confident, more comfortable with this, but you got to engage in the process. And that's where, it becomes uncomfortable in the beginning, but you improve. Um, TikTok says you guys need to share my live. How you doing, Quentin? Thank you for those roses. If you guys don't mind sharing out the live, it said 97% of y'all haven't shared, which is true. because I only had 7 shares, so TikTok wasn't joking. So, if y'all don't mind sharing out the live, let's see if we can get up to 100. Everybody share it out. You can share, you can add to stories, you can repost it. You also can, do what's called a power share. Press down on the middle of the screen and power share out the live. And so that means when you press down, a list of names come up, you can send it down, go down that list and send it to people, and that's called a power share. So please share out the live. I appreciate it. Let's see if we can get that over 100 shares. That means everybody in the room shares. And really pro tip, you know, as a live host, you can tell who shared and who didn't. I don't know if y'all know that. So if y'all knew that, let me know. If you didn't know that, let me know too. I don't mind showing it, but I do the show and tell. So you can tell what people have done and haven't done in terms of supporting your live stream. And so you can tell how many people liked, how many shared it, how many people have commented. There's a way to look at that. So you said I did know exactly. Um, when you click the profile of someone's profile picture as the live host, you don't see it right now. There's a little next time you go live, there's a little mark above their name that says comments that they sent. You click that, has a little arrow to it. Click it, and it'll show a page where it shows you all that data. Yeah, so just know that when you click someone's photo. So you can see that. And I jokingly say I can tell if y'all are true supporters. People come in your lifetime, I'm a supporter. I support. And then they ain't shared, they ain't done nothing. TikTok is tell it watches, it says all of it. It's collecting all this data. And you're like, look here, how you supporting and you ain't done nothing. So thank you all for being here. So let me go back to schedule. So when it comes to scheduling your live, so click on their photo. Yep, click their photo. Like if I click your photo right now, Sherry B, what I'm going to see, let me do it. I'll do a screenshot. Sherry B, have you shared? Let me make sure you share first. So I don't see that you ain't shared. Go ahead, share first, and then I'll click it. You said yes, okay. So I'm gonna do a screenshot of Sherry B so you guys can see it. I'm just gonna save that. I gotta do another screenshot. I gotta do one more so you guys can see what I see. And then Sherry, you just shared one time. What in the world? Sherry said, I did share. um, and let's see, one more shot so you guys can see. Okay. So let me do this real quick so you guys can see what I see. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. So, what I'm going to do, you said I did 5. You did 5 now? Let's see, Sherry. Sherry did 5 now. No, Sherry, it ain't showing you share, Sherry. So, um, you said, oh, you did the 5 people. I got you. Now I see it. Christina, good morning. How you doing, friend? I'm a spiritual goddess and I cast. Thank you so much. All kinds of love spells. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you said 5 people. Gotcha. Let's do this. So I always kind of walk you guys through what I'm touching. Okay. So when as the live host, and this is something you want to pay attention to as viewers. All right. When you are viewing, you froze. So I didn't see it. I didn't show it yet. I didn't show it. So I'm about to show it in a second. So when you all are viewers, start paying attention to the viewer perspective of things, where viewer symbols are located. So for example, you guys have things down here. Let me flip the camera so you guys can see it the right direction. Okay. So you guys have symbols down here. So when I point to here, I'm pointing to your arrow. You see that? I'm trying to point my finger to the arrow. I did that on purpose. Now, let me be clear. I don't see an arrow right there. On the LIFO side, that's not where the arrow's located. But that's why I'm like, you got to start paying attention where things are located. So when you start talking to your audience, you can say, okay, I know because I'm a viewer, I know that the arrow is located right here. Now, as a live host, I see 3 dots. My arrow is actually right here where your roses are located. See that? Your roses are located. That's where my arrow is. That's not where your arrow is. Your arrow is over here. Okay. Thank you, friend. Appreciate you, Christina. So start paying attention in that. The other thing I will say is like, oh, when what I'm going to click is where your gift box is. So where your gift box is where, see the gift box? Is what I'm about to click. That's where the wand is. So for me, there's a wand there. as a live host. So I say that because I want you guys to start paying attention to it because as you're talking to your audience and directing them, hey, Chris Piesman, you can kind of know visually what it looks like for a live host and what it looks like for a viewer. So it's actually slightly different. The little buttons now we have similar buttons, kind of similar buttons, but you just have to know where that is. Thank you. This is helpful. You're welcome, Coco. And so just keep that in mind. I say that to you all because I don't want you guys to be like, oh yeah, click my arrow. And it's like, why are you pointing to a rose? What's going on? Why are you doing that? Why are you pointing to that rose? There's no arrow there. Hey, how you doing, yo? Um, so I'm about to click the wand for me, which is where your gift box is. I'm gonna click that wand. Under that wand is some effects that you can go to. Right now, this is an effect. I'm gonna change that effect out. It's actually gonna take my board away too, which is fine. I'll put it back up. But under that wand also is the board, so I can remove it. And matter of fact, I'll remove it for you just so that you guys know you can change that. You can tap it, turn it on and off as needed. And you can make multiple boards. All right. So I'm going to take the board away for a second. I'll put it back in a little bit. This is a different feature that's called viewer wishes. And so when I click that effects, I'm going to click the effect, Hey Aloha, that has a little man, green screen, that has his hand up. So his little body and his hand is up in the air. So I'm clicking that one so I can show you guys these screenshots. So I did the first screenshot. This is just something I want to show you real quick. Here's Sherry's page. So when I click Sherry's profile picture, hey everybody, I'm behind here. When I click Sherry's profile picture, I see this. Hold on, let me use my other finger. I'm mirrored backwards. You guys see that little comment? Sent two comments. You guys don't see that when you click. Hey friends, good morning. Good morning, my friends coming in. Appreciate y'all joining me. You guys don't see that. It's there for me. So when I click the next image, I'm gonna click that. You see that with the little arrow. When I click it, it then shows me this image and it shows me how long Sherry had just come in my room. You guys see that? Because Sherry only been here for less than a minute. She had just got in the room. She's like, Doc, I ain't did nothing yet. So she had just got here and she's been following me for 132 days. So it tells me all that data about Sherry. It tells me how many shares Sherry sent, how many likes. Sherry had just gotten a room. And then Sherry sent some comments. And then you can see the little arrow with the comments. I share more times. Thank you, friend. She said, Doc, I didn't did more now. And then with the comments, you can see the last couple comments. So sometimes people will say, Doc, did you see my comment? I'll go to this page to see if I see the history. It only shows the last 10, but then I'll click here just to see if I missed a comment, if I maybe I overlooked it. And sometimes, let me be very clear, TikTok does filter. Let me come here. TikTok does filter. All right. So I don't want y'all to be like, "Oh, you're ignoring me. You didn't say nothing to me, blah, blah, blah." Keep that in mind. TikTok does filter comments. So if your comment was something that was maybe a term that TikTok felt like was a little inappropriate, it will filter you. All right. So as a live host, you pay attention to what's happening in your room and what people are doing. And you can see how they engage, especially those who are saying, "Oh, I do all these things," and they actually don't. Okay. Thank you. Hey, friend. Appreciate y'all being here. Hopefully that was helpful to some of you all in the room, my newbies. I know it got me away from the questions. That was under the three dots. That was under a comment button. Sarah, you just got in here. Let me show it again real quick. That was under the profile. What are you saying? What was under? What were you asking? Maybe I'm confused. I did not click the three dots to do any of this. Maybe that's the first thing I want to say. The three dots is where the share button is for you all. It's three dots for me. I didn't click that. I clicked the wand to bring that screen up. That's a green screen effect. So I clicked the effects box. And then to get to I did a screenshot right before that. And how I got to that image is that I clicked Sherry's or I clicked anyone's photo. Yes, sorry, thanks. You click the profile. And then what? To see her engagement. Okay, you want to know the engagement. Let me show that. So what I did was click her profile picture. And this is the screenshot I did. I clicked, let me point my finger the right way. You see where it says sent two comments right here? Sent two comments. I click that. You guys don't see that. That's something a live host sees. So you guys see that. So when you're live, you can click anyone's photo to see their engagement. And what I was doing was like teasing the people who always come in your room and say, hey, I do a lot of engagement. I'm a supporter, but yet they haven't done any supporting. You know what I'm saying? So Sherry B, she just got in my room when I did the screenshot, but she's a great supporter. But at the end of the day, you can see that. And so what I was just sharing with you all is that as people are coming to your room, you can see it. It's data there. Okay. There's information there. I talk about you in my live a lot. You taught me how to send my first gift. Yeah, I got to get to my claps. Thank you for that, friend. I appreciate you sharing that. Thank you guys for engaging. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support, everybody. Let me put my board back on the screen. Appreciate everybody who's coming into the room. If you are coming in and you're just meeting me for the first time, I am Dr. Lisa. I talk about all things TikTok live and going live in particular. I also co-stream on YouTube. Any of this that I talked about, you can go on YouTube and kind of go back and look at one of my playlists to go back and look at the recording. Thank you so much, others coming into the room. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna do another share bliss because we don't have it at 100 yet. So if we can get to 100 shares, you see the share button right here in the corner. If you're just coming in, if you don't mind sharing out the live, we want to share it. You can add it to stories, you can repost it, or you can press down on the middle of the screen and do what's called a power share to share out the live. So that's something you want to do. Hi, friend. How you doing from Italy? Been to Italy a few times, actually. Thank you so much for being here. Um, and so I'm in Florida. Let me know where you guys are from. Let's put that in the chat. We'll get some comments going too. Thank you for the stickers, next gen. I see you. I'm new to all of this. How do you share? You click that arrow. Click the arrow. That arrow there will let you share it out. Tennessee, Atlanta, or do what's called a power share. If you press down, take your finger and press down on the middle of the screen if you're on your phone. Um, and you'll see a list of names come up and you can send shares to them. You can share out the live to those individuals. That's called a power share. So you'll hear people say that. Thank you so much from North Carolina, VA. I see you, Texas. I see you, Atlanta. Oh my gosh. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the clover. Appreciate that, friend. Hello. You said hello. My first time here in London. Well, welcome, Trish. Appreciate you, friend. LaFleur's Toys. Welcome. Good afternoon from Spain. Okay, look at y'all. We international today, huh? Okay, TikTok. Is it beneficial to have an agency? Absolutely. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. However, it's more important to pick the right agency. Okay. It's more important to pick the right agency because, a lot of agencies, every agency is different. I'm just going to say that. Every creator network, that's what we're talking about. That's the agency I'm referring to. Every creator network agency is different. So, TikTok, let me say this TikTok did change the rules a little bit in March towards the beginning of this year for our agency. Treasure Box. We do have a treasure box. Thank you so much. Next chapter. Thank you so much for sharing that. Treasure Box is a new feature where our friend Next Chapter just sent a gift for the room. And so people can send a Treasure Box clover. And once it opens and you can send it, it runs out quickly. So you got to go fast, but it's a way for you to send a gift as well. So free gift for everyone to share out. And you get points for that. Got busy yesterday. Yes. Yes. So you don't know what you don't know. Every agency is different. TikTok did change the rules a little bit. So when it comes to agencies, you see a lot of them focusing on just battles, diamonds, that type of stuff. I I talk about that with my creators. I do encourage it. I don't require it because I want you to understand how the app works. I want you to understand how to build in a way that matters for your community, for you, and for you to monetize. And so understanding how this operates is then you're able to then leverage it in a way that makes meaning for you. You know what I'm saying? So you're not just doing what everybody else does. You're doing it in a way that makes sense for your live stream. There are some things you want to pay attention to though, in terms of growth. And so a lot of it in the beginning is just that, like I was saying earlier, showing up, picking a time that works for you. That has to be the first and foremost. What's going to work for you to be consistent? And then you don't know what you don't know. And so I'm doing a training. So just really quickly, if you're interested in joining my agency, it is free. It is free. If you want more from me, obviously you can pay for a consultation or my coaching. That's totally fine. Hey, how you doing, Clarence? Dr. Clarence, welcome to the room. So you could totally do that. But at the end of the day, I do a lot of coaching. I do a lot of information sharing here. I do a weekly meeting with my agency on Sundays. So we come together and talk offline there. We also have a school community where you can get resources that I post there. I also share out information there too. Um, um, I should say good morning. Good morning, friend. And then Grand Rising. How you doing, Simply SP? And then also you have the ability to share out your lives and your content through our group chats. So my newbies, I'm going to be adding you guys to group chats probably tomorrow because I got to clean some stuff up, removing some people who are no longer in the agency. Um, I'm doing well, friend. Thank you for asking. And so just keep that in mind. You don't know what you don't know. People come here all the time and say, "Hey, I learned something new. Hey, I'm so happy I found you. Hey, this is helpful." Because this app is forever changing, and to have a resource that you can go to as opposed to trying to figure it out on your own, you'll waste a lot of time, energy, and motivation to do that. I think the agency also keeps you accountable because that's the main reason why TikTok has agencies too. It's going to hold you accountable to showing up, building your community. Thank you so much, friends with the Clovers and the Go Lives. Appreciate y'all, friends. Thank you so much for the follows as well. And so you're doing this in a way to grow your community, and you got to keep that at the forefront. And if you don't know how to grow effectively, it's going to be a struggle. You're going to be frustrated before you even get started. Okay. So it's good to have a resource you can go to. And a lot of people, some people leverage this resource, leverage me, come to my live streams. I come live twice a day, come to my meetings, and some people don't. And those who don't, they flounder. They sit back and like, "Oh, I'm not growing. I'm not doing this." And not recognizing that, hey, you're not getting as much as you can and you're not taking advantage of the resources. So if you're of that mindset that you like to do stuff on your own, this ain't the app for you. I'm gonna tell you that now. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This is not the app for you because you need support. There's a lot that happens here. And you need somebody you can just ask questions and just say, "Hey, I seen this happen," or "I know. What do you think about this?" That's what this app is. You said for real. Yeah, and so it's a lot going on here. Thank you, friends. I see you. And so it's gonna be up to you, but it takes you. Thank you for that. That's funny, the earthling. um, but just recognize that that's how this app is. And so when you said noted, when I was in an agency before I started mine, I realized it wasn't giving me what I needed. Hey, Miss Tammy, how you doing, friend? It wasn't giving me what I needed. And no shade to them. I didn't know what I didn't know. And their model was based on just, for the most part, the entertainment part of battling. I get that. I agree with it. I wanna know more. I wanna understand, how do I leverage super fans? How do I think about Service Plus? What are some other things I can do to get engagement in my room? Understanding the gift gallery and how does that work? Hey, what about these other things like TikTok shop and how do I infuse that in my live stream? If I wanna talk about some topics that are not necessarily topics that TikTok agree with, how do I make sure that I'm safeguarding my account by doing audience control and content disclosure? I didn't learn any of that from them. None of it. None of it. I learned it because I started looking at stuff and start researching stuff on my own, and I bring that to other people, and we start talking about it. With all the changes on YouTube, I had to make TikTok first because they pay off much sooner than later. Yes, that's true. Yeah, so it is a better, quicker payoff. Yeah, YouTube is a long runway. You are you are building that platform up for maybe years, to be honest with you. People who are able to do it sooner, all hats off to them. It's done. It's not always possible. I don't say it's feasible, but it's a learning curve over there too. How do you find agency? I am an agency. Let me just say that, friend. I am an agency. Let me just talk about my agency real quick because the question came up, so I appreciate being able to talk about it. I'm a Creator Network agency. It's a free program. I'll talk about TikTok's model for how agencies work and just how you get paid as a live host. But ultimately, what happens is that like I said, I go live twice a day. So I answer questions. I do use this as recruiting. So anybody in a room who's interested in the agency, this is the agency page. I'll first say that. Let me put this in a live and I'll pin it and you guys can follow this account. This is the official agency's account. And when I'm communicating with you early on, I'm usually doing it from this account because that's the account that's linked to the platform that TikTok gives agencies. It's called Backstage. And so a lot of times I'll say you got into the agency because I'm communicating from that side of the house. Um, afterwards, I communicate from this live. So it's 2 places. You don't see as much communication from this page, just only in the beginning, and then you hear from me from my main account because 'cause I'm on that all the time. Um, but follow this account. The application is on this account. What I'm going to send you if you're interested, I'm gonna send you the information from that account too. My stand store is on that account as well if you wanna do one-on-ones with me. So everything's on that account. Hey, Queen Bree, welcome to the room, friend. Um, when everything's said and done, TikTok can be overwhelming, but it's all good, especially with the help of an agency. Yes, that's good. Thank you so much. Lauren's in the agency, just for the record, if y'all didn't guess. She is in the agency. She is awesome, y'all. And what I love about Lauren and what I love about her, the type of people that come in the agency, we got a lot of people who are, you could tell they're leaders, they're professionals in their fields. They have a lot of questions. I tell you, your audience is a reflection of you. So she is a reflection of me because I'm gonna ask the questions. I want to know the information. And I love people who come in and you want to learn. You want to do your best to understand this. And that's what this is about. You're not doing this for play. You're taking it seriously. And that's what you need. You need somebody who's going to take it seriously. Because if you take it seriously, I feel like you take it as seriously as I took it. Like this is what I've been doing for a year and a half. And I take it very seriously. And so you want people who are going to who are going to take it just as seriously. Okay. And so we've been doing this agency thing for a whole year. September 1st was my anniversary for the agency. And we had a lot of people join and a lot of people who never went live. They didn't go live. And so their contract just ended. And I won't renew them. If they decide one day to wake up and decide to go live, they're gonna have to figure it out. They had a whole year to try to figure it out. And they made a conscious decision to say, oh, I'm not gonna do anything. At the end of the day, I want people who come in and take it seriously because that to me is helping with the agency itself. We got people who are actually going live and our activeness numbers are good. That's something that TikTok measures. And then ultimately, we're building community and there's more community here for people who understand the app, who can ask questions, who have been through it. And so that's what I want to see. Content disclosure is real is do I was doing a get ready with me and mentioned brands and violations, and what happened? I'm taking this seriously. I see you, friend. So back to the agency. So I go live twice a day. We do weekly meetings on Sundays, on Zoom. So we do that. And it's a community. People are answering questions, asking questions. Our last Sunday meeting, we brought in a lot of people in the month of August. So Sunday's meeting actually was a little different than what we've experienced in the last few weeks because with the new people in the room, there was a lot of questions, a lot of new questions. And I always open it up. And this is the way I start my meetings. Is there something on your mind? Do you have a question? Because I don't want you to sit there the whole time and you have this burning question and I go in a different direction. So I usually do that. So there was a lot of questions from our new friends, so which was good. A lot of discussion. We do spend some time discussing. You actually read the comments. I appreciate that so much. Oh yeah, yeah. That's the whole point of this app. That's the whole point. If you are not reading the comments and the questions and paying attention to your chat and you just lecturing, then you might as well just be TV. This is where you start getting that engagement. That's how you start building community, your fan club. So you got to pay attention to your chat. That's just off the gate. First pro tip. If you're not paying attention to that chat and you're doing all this other stuff and you're not looking at your comments and not responding, people see that and they leave. Uh, it was long. It was long, but very good. We also are able to help and support one another with our strategies. Yes, I was just about to go there. You said heard. Exactly. Yeah, and that was the beauty of it because we did have a lot of people in the room that have been here, for a minute, and they were given strategies, and people who have gone through some things too, and were able to give their advice and experience too. I did change my flow. That was a gem. Oh yeah, yeah, that's the whole point. I got my first tap device. It's a level 6. Okay, that's good. That's perfect. That's perfect. I think I try to hang out, like, at 11 or 12 sometimes, depends on what's going on. That's the max I'll do. So if you wanted to kinda see where you can kind of tread, maybe 11, 12 might be the max of it, but yeah, 6 is good. You don't wanna seem like it's fake engagement. Anything above I'm gonna say anything above 15, it then becomes too fast. Yeah. Um, what else? Back to the agency stuff. So agency, School community, I mentioned that, we have that community. Um, in school community, you can, I post, a live strategy guide. I have a new live host checklist that's there. There's some information about if you wanna know about battles and just the background stories. I have a couple videos about analytics and looking at your data and stuff. And so that stuff is there for you. I'll probably add some more content for my newbies too. I'm doing these 2 trainings in September. So I am actively recruiting. Let me do this. Let me pin my Service Plus. This is considered Service Plus. You see that yellow box with the arrow? The yellow box with the arrows where you DM a live host. You activate your Service Plus because you got to thank you so much, friend. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate it. You activate your Service Plus as a way to talk about the services you offer. All right. And so you can have a Service Plus bio, you can have frequently asked questions and answers for your community. And one of the things in there is my agency. I mention it here. I need to create a FAQ for it, but message me the word agency if you're interested in my agency. Message me the word agency. I will send you the application video. It's a quick little video. You just click apply now, and your account essentially comes to my page, and TikTok will let me know if you're eligible or not. So that's the first thing. So you got to be meet TikTok's eligibility. To meet TikTok's eligibility, you have to already be going live. All right. So you have to be a live host already. You want to make sure you did those first 3 lives. If you haven't done those first 3 lives yet, then do those first 3 lives to get that underway, and then you can apply. Make sure that you are not already with an agency. Let me be very clear because I've had couple people apply and they were already with agencies. Okay. And you cannot use another account that's not with the agency to be with an agency. You can't have 2 accounts. It's one per person for your one account. And it has to be the account that you made the most diamonds on. So it's your primary, the one that you're going live on. So you can't do any kind of smoke and mirrors and say, "Oh, well, I have this other page. I want to get the agency on there." You can't if you already belong to an agency on a different account. All right. That can happen. Matter of fact, that could get you banned even. So that could really mess things up for you. Um, so be careful about doing that. So you cannot join another agency if you already have an agency. Um, I'll talk about agencies. I'm going to talk about it broadly because I can't coach or poach, but I'll talk about some things you want to be aware of. So stay with me for a second. Um, if you are not in US or Canada, so my agency is only approved for the US and Canada. So I know we have some friends that are from other countries in a room. I unfortunately I can't accept you into my agency because it's only approved for the US and Canada. Um, there are other agencies international, I just don't know any of them, but, you could definitely look if you're interested. You also cannot, if you've made too much money, TikTok won't let you have an agency. So TikTok says $5,000 over the last 5 months, you're good, you don't need an agency. You've been doing it. You said, "Oh, no." See, friend? And so TikTok won't let you join an agency at all. If you join an agency, and hey, Goddess, how you doing, friend? If you join an agency and you've earned substantially, you've done well. There's several creators in our agency that is in this situation. They they've earned substantially. When their contract ends, they can renew. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. What was that? The candy blast. That was cute. Thank you for that. They've earned quite a bit, and so when their contract, goes through the renewal phase, there's a 2-week renewal time period, it would be in their best interest to renew because they won't be able to go to another agency. So TikTok won't let them get picked up by another agency because they've earned too much. There's also another category of people who have earned quite a bit, but not too much. They're going to need a special invite. That's called a premium invite. So those people, it's usually 200K diamonds or 300K diamonds, somewhere in that range. You're going to need a special invite. All right. And so you got to make sure the agency has that. So those are some things you want to keep in mind. I do have special invites. And keep that in mind as well if you're in that boat. But the main thing is that you do want to have an agency. It's protection for you if you get in violation of restrictions. I had a creator yesterday. She got herself in trouble and she didn't know what happened. So we've been talking about demonetization quite a bit here. And so I don't know if I'm gonna get to it fully today, but I might be able to do it later. But We'll see. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about violations and restrictions, but I talk about it a lot because I want you guys to be aware of what you're doing in your live stream. I say that to you all because like I said, if you're joining my agency this month, I want to invite you to special trainings. I have a whole list of stuff I'm going to talk about already put down. He said, please. Okay. I have a whole list of things I'm going to talk about in these special trainings for my beginners. So we're going to go down the violation restriction stuff. We'll talk about that stuff very intentionally. Yeah, when I try to tell my testimony, I mess up certain words. Yeah, you got to be careful about what you say. Yeah. Yes, it's confusing sometimes. Yeah. So join an agency so I can do like a real deep dive and we can do scenarios. All that's probably going to be on Zoom more than likely. I'm not going to do it here. Just so I can make sure we can have a robust conversation. As you said, is the agency stuff is deep and interesting. Yeah, it just depends on the agency. I'll tell you that because some agencies ain't all that deep and interesting. They not. Look forward to it. I'm getting more gifted in a room by helping them to understand TikTok generous of the one penny approach. There we go. That's good. Yep. Yeah. So, um, what was I about to say? Last thing. Oh, couple things you want to keep in mind if you join an agency. So I'm saying this blanket, not talking about anybody in particular. Let me say it this way. If you join my agency, this is TikTok's rules. You have 15 days to leave. No questions asked. It's an out clause, 15-day out clause. You can say, I'm good. Got what I needed. I'm gone. 15 days. Okay. After that, on day 16, you have to give what's called a 30-day notice. And in that 30 days, you can make a decision to come back or stay. You can withdraw your quit that you want to quit. After that 30 days, you have to wait 2 months before you can join another agency. So I say that to people because people have applied to my agency and they are not eligible because they belong to an agency. Wow, 30-day notice. Yeah. So you're given a 30-day notice and then you have to wait 2 months. And let me say this, and I always tell people this. TikTok calls it the cool down period for those 2 months because they don't necessarily put you out on the For You feed. Thank you so much, Fran. Hey, that's good information. Yes, very good. Sarah, you said I had something to ask. I had someone ask me how much I make on live, and I'm allowed to share that information. If you want to, it's your information. So, I always talk about money in context because everybody does things differently. Everybody's topics are different. Everybody's audience is different. Everybody's approach to it is different. So even in our meeting on Sunday, I wanted to be tactful because there was one person in our agency. She's done really well in the first 30 days. Well, she does tarot card readings. She does oracle readings. Her topic is very focused on this transactional experience in her live stream. And she's leveraged your wishes really well. Both of my tarot card readers have leveraged it pretty well. They've done some things that obviously that engagement's happening and it's happening quickly because of what their live is about. Everybody's life is not the same. So when you start talking about dollars and cents, you got to put that in context for what that person is doing. So I just say that as a way for you. It's not fair to talk about earnings fully if we're not talking about how what they're doing and how they're doing it and what's going on in that live stream. What does that mean? TikTok's genius of the one penny approach. Um, give me 1 second, Stina. Steen, give me 1 second. I'll talk about that in a second. I say gas money or vacation money. So if you leave an agency, is TikTok penalizing you by not putting you on the For You feed? Yes, ma'am. Yes. 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 You gotta be prepared for that. Okay. You gotta be prepared for that. It's called a cool down period. So you won't get pushed out. You won't get pushed out because I think what they do, and this is just my guess, I think they don't make you visible for people to kind of reach out to you and say, join my agency. I think that's partially part of it. And so they kind of cool you down. Yeah, that's partially what's happening. So don't expect a lot of growth during that period. I had to experience that. I went through that period. It's a little hard because there are people who have been seeing me and they'll come back and after I that cool down period, it's like, where you been? Why I ain't seeing you? Where you been? I was like, I was here. I was here. I really was. Thank you, Queen Weight Loss. Thank you for sharing out the live. Appreciate you, friend. Yeah, I was here, but no, they didn't see me. And it was interesting after that cool down period happened ended, agency started reaching out to me. That's exactly what happened to me. It was like, oh, this person's here. Let me tap her. Let me send her my little link. So, well, even if you weren't getting what you needed, I wasn't getting what I needed. Wasn't getting what I needed. Not at all. But but yeah, that's what happened. I was wondering what happened because I hadn't seen you for about 2 weeks. Wait a minute. When was that? I've been here. Now in July though, July I was traveling, so I wasn't going live twice a day. So what I'm talking about is something that happened last year, last summer actually, when I left the other agency. So that was a summer experience. You said, "Oh, okay." But in all fairness, I in July, it's funny, my analytics when I look at it, TikTok was like, "Girl, you did not do what you have been doing," because that was my birthday month. Thank you so much. How you doing, Queen? Queen Weight Loss. Appreciate your friend. And so, that was part of what I wasn't doing my 2 a days. I was doing 1 every day, and then when I was on vacation, I did 1. I did my lives on my vacation, y'all. Let me know if you want me to talk about that, but yeah, I'm one of those people where I try to keep my streak going, and obviously, part of it was because of the league, so I was trying to make sure I did things to satisfy my league, but, um but yeah, so I did continue to do my live. Okay, I'm just passing through. I'll catch you later. Thank you. I'm at work. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you. Are there benefits of going in more than once a day on live? Absolutely. Um, you said you said Cancer, Leo, no, nosy. Um, I am a I'm on the cusp actually. I'm both. Thank you so much for checking that. I am July 21st. July 21st, depending on the moon, I guess, depending on how it's rotating. I'm actually both. Do you give tips on how to make a serious topic interesting and light and easy to discuss? Oh, absolutely. I could talk about that. Does someone do lives to grow or monetize or both? We talk about the why. Really enjoyed this live. Thank you. You're welcome, Megan. Thank you so much. Um, I see you. Goddess, I can't wait to see your live because I think you do some of the readings in your live. So I'll be interested to hear what you got to say, friend. But yeah. Um, yeah, so to answer the question about topics real quick, let me how long have you recommend you go live? Okay, so we're all kind of in the same thing. What topics go live, grow, monetize, why, all that stuff. So give me 1 second. Let me go down that path for a second. So when it comes to making your topics serious, how to give topics, you say how do you give tips on how to make a topic serious and interesting? Um First of all, what I talk about is just making sure you know who's your target audience. That's the first thing. You got to know who you're talking to. And some people, so let me do this. Let me give you my prompt real quick. Hey, friends, Tasha B, welcome to the room. Let me give you my prompt. So anybody who uses AI, this is your tip for the day. Use AI. Thank you for that, T. Owens. Appreciate the treasure box coming out. Use AI. If you're not using it already, it's time to use it, okay? Let me say that first and foremost. It's time to use it. You're doing work that you don't necessarily have to do. Okay. So just recognize it could be leveraged for your live stream. There was somebody in our meeting that yesterday talked about, hey, they take screenshots of their analytics and they post it, paste it into the AI and ask it for new innovative ways to engage their live. Okay. Based on the data. Oh, she's talking to me. And so just use it, okay? So I'm gonna give you a prompt real quick. So it doesn't even have to be, and then I have my strategy guides kind of walks you through this is for our agency folks, but it walks you through things you can be doing before you're live, from a posting perspective, how to get more engagement, some things you want to be aware of. Then it tells you how to set up your live as well as what you're gonna do during your live. Um, but here's a prompt. I'll repeat it one time. Okay. So if you're on the outside, come on in. Might as well come on in so you can get it. And I don't have to repeat it because I'm gonna repeat it one time. If you need to hear it again, you can go to my YouTube channel. Same name. You can go to the YT and get it if you miss it. Okay. So there is an option for you. And so that way I can move on to some of the other questions too. Um, Yes, they say just go live, but it really takes work, friends. It does. You said I'm listening. Hey, friend. Um, Here's the prompt. It's a brainstorming prompt. You said I'm learning daily. Brainstorming prompt. All right. I ask it to brainstorm 5 examples of a niche, topics, and keywords to attract my target audience for my TikTok live and include for my target audience the demographics, the psychographics, the pain points based on me being dot dot dot. Okay. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a divorcee. I do fitness, I do spiritual counseling, I do crochet, whatever it is. You can put the topic that you offer, whatever it is, you put that in that AI and have it come back. And I always teach that your audience is a reflection of you. So if you can make a live really personable and it resonates with your target audience, they are going to feel like you see them, you understand them, you get them. So that's why you need to know that target audience. You need to know the demographic you're talking to so you can shout that out. Oh, I know you all are single moms in here. I know you all are retirees. I know you all are tired of working. You're working 2, 3 jobs and trying to figure out how to make time and space for yourself and your interests and your passion. You're able to say that. The psychographic is how people think and feel. So you can point that out. You're overworked. You're exhausted. You're balancing multiple things. You're able to talk about that because you know your audience. Pain points. You're struggling with your finances. You want to make space for new creative things and interests that you have. And so you talk about that and as a live host, you become their solution. Your offer, what you're offering becomes that solution for them. Okay? So that's a prompt you can use. I'm gonna repeat it one time. I'll repeat it one more time. Thank you. You're welcome. So I say brainstorm 5 examples just so you have multiple examples, see what it comes back with. I'm one of those people where I like choices. I like to kind of go back and see which one works better. You can actually say, oh, I like two and I like four. Ooh, combine that now. Two and four is exactly what I want to talk about. And so it can be a combined thing, and then they can run that prompt with the combination of those two. Um, and then I would say you can then use that prompt. How you doing, friend? Then you could use that prompt to say, give me an outline for my live. Give me a script for my live. Give me engaging questions to ask my community. Hey, tell me more about my setup. What should I have? How should I have my room set up? Lighting matters. Sound matters. All those things. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. So all of that is things that you can do with the AI. So you don't need someone to kind of come up with, the prompts is what's going to matter. What you prompt it to tell you to get out of your live. And then, like I said, as you go live, you can then take your analytics and run that in there and say, okay, here's my analytics for the day, the first live I did. Here's what I got back. Now the first live may be too soon. I'll probably wait until I've done at least a week's worth of lives, maybe 2 weeks, and then say, "Okay, now, based on this information, what are some things I can do to get more followers? What are questions I can ask? What are some things I can use to kind of get more engagement? How do I set up my room? What are some things I need to shift in terms of making my live more interesting?" And make it more engaging. "Hey, how you doing, Misty?" And so those are things you can do. You don't need to guess. You can actually ask for that type of support. Good morning, friend. So here's the prompt. I'm gonna repeat it again one more time for you all. Thank you all for sharing out the live. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you repeating too, because you went silent and I had to find your page again. Only got the end. Okay. Sorry about that. TikTok is being extra. Thank you, friends. I appreciate it. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing, friends? Thank you all. If you're new to the room, if you haven't followed me, go ahead and click the follow up here to follow the live host. And then if it says the word join, click the word join to join my fan club and become part of my community as a fan club member. Um, so I appreciate that support. Let me know if there's any questions about how to engage. So we're going to talk about engagement in a second because we had some new friends join us too. And I'm going to go back up to it was a couple other questions that spoke to going live. And I know people had some questions about how to get started. How long should the live go? I think that was a question. And the other question was, does someone doing lives to grow or monetize? So the why, that was it, the monetization question and how long the live. Okay. Um, let me speak to that. How long the live? 61 minutes. 61 minutes is a valid go live day. That's the minimum a live should be. Okay. 61 minutes. It should be over an hour. Over an hour put you at 61 minutes to be exact. Okay. So that's your minimum. So you're always thinking about, okay, if I'm going to go live, let me go for at least an hour and a minute or 90 minutes, ideally, or 2 hours. Okay. TikTok just gave me a puzzle. So you remember puzzles too. I got to write that down because I got to talk about that puzzle for my newbies. Just so I say that. But TikTok will send a puzzle. It is a random occurrence just to kind of keep you on your toes because I've been talking and engaging. So TikTok is funny. So, 61 minutes. I just want to make sure I said that, and then I'll talk about the why separately. Let me talk about the repeat my prompt again. Can you do? No, you can't. You can't separate it. Just wanted to make sure I said that. Thank you for asking that question because everybody asks that question. If you go live 5 times in a day in a 24-hour period, at least one of those lives need to be 61 minutes. And then if you want to do shorter lives and all that stuff, they're going to count as lives that you did. I did 57 one day and I was like, what? Yeah, dang. Yeah. No, it does not add up for the day. Those are all individual lives. So TikTok will say, "Oh yeah, you did like 10 lives in a day. That's great." You didn't get a valid go live day. You didn't get that analytic if you didn't do 61 minutes or more. So I really tell people in my agency, get to the point that you're doing at least 90 minutes. That's where you want to be. That's like to me the bare minimum, to be honest with you. The more you go live, the longer you go live, the better. That's what I'm gonna tell you. I thought I could add on. Mm-mm. No, it has to be 61 minutes. So when I came in your live and I said, "Oh, you did," well, I could see the analytics, so I knew you were right there. And I was like, "Oh, how many minutes does it say?" And you said hour and 6 minutes. I was like, "That's good." Could you go live and talk about your niche in TikTok shop? Yes, that's a yes. Yes, you can. I remembered. Yep. Okay. um, so let me say this. Let me repeat my prompt. Hey friend, how you doing? Created new. Let me repeat the prompt and then I will talk about the why because I always talk about that too. Hey Flourish, Flourish and Focus. Thank you so much. Others coming in, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the daily heart means and engagement. Thank you so much, everybody. So why? I'm sorry, prompt again. Brainstorm 5 examples of a niche, topics, and keywords to attract my target audience for my TikTok live and include for the target audience the demographics, the psychographics, pain points, and pain points based on me being dot dot dot. Okay, so you put in what you are. Who are you? What are the characteristics about you? That prompt, I repeated it. It is on the YT, my YT channel. It is a timestamp of. I'll tell you the timestamp. Right, if you checked about an hour and 10 minutes in, an hour and 5 minutes will get you close to that. All right, probably get you close to the first time I said it. And so just know because I always go live first there, so I was live there for about 5 minutes in. So just know that's where that's at. You can go there, same name for my YT. You said love this. How do you use the sound tools and how do you create your screen? Do you get paid? Do we get paid for 61 minutes? Bespoke, no, that's not how monetization happens. Let me say that differently. Time does factor into how monetization happens. So I'll talk about that. The duration does factor in, but it's not just based on how long you go live, you get paid. No. So it's a metric they have, a scale. Thank you, got the prompts. My background is real. My background is a real background. It's the light. The light that's shining is a background light, and the light that's shining in front of me. So those two lights make it look like it's not real. I don't know. I don't know. I get that all the time. I get that all the time. Like my background's not real. Like I'm somehow this floating, mysterious looking thing. But no, it's real. Um, so the why, let me talk about the why real quick. And it goes into the monetization. And then Treasure Box is here too. If you guys want to send some free clovers, that's another way to get engagement points. And then my let me talk about the why. We're gonna do some engagement because I know some of y'all are new, and I've seen some people asking questions that are new. So that means that you don't know. You don't have any blue boxes, you don't have any badges, you haven't got your daily heart me, which is the Lisa badge. So you are like out here. You're out here. And I want to make sure you understand the etiquette as well as ways you want to do this if you're going to be a successful live host. Thank you, Rachel. Look at your first time gifter. That's a great way. Yeah, that's actually a free gift you can give. Like I said, my people who don't have boxes. Rachel, you just got yourself a box. Put a comment in so you can see your box. Um, and so just keep that in mind. So that's part of it. I don't want you guys to miss that. So if there's clovers left, you might want to send it so you can get your first blue box. All right. Thank you so much. Let's see. Thank you all. I see the stickers. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Hey, sweetie pie. Welcome to the room. Others coming in. Appreciate you all coming in as well. Um, okay. Let's talk about the why. So TikTok has what I tell people there's 5 whys for lack of a better word. I mean, I'm sorry, 4 whys. 4 whys people do this. Okay? So you figure out what your why is. It might be all 4. It might be a combination of 2 or 3. But you figure out what your why because that's going to be the thing that you're going to pay attention to. Thank you so much, Stina. And so that's what you're going to pay attention to. And if you're doing it for one of these reasons, then understand what typically happens is it may shift over time. And what brought you here, what was the motivation may not be the reason that you stay. You know what I'm saying? So you might come here for one reason and you stay for a different reason. So keep that in mind. That happens to a lot of people. Thank you, friend. Thank you for that. Um, so why? Number one, for the money, monetization. You're trying to earn, trying to make passive income, or maybe primary income. Amy, welcome to the room. Others coming in, appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for the support. So the why matters. And so monetization is a big why. Money, money, money. Yes. So people come here for the money and they've heard all these things about people making a whole lot of money on TikTok doing different things. Not recognizing, and this is a little side note, not recognizing that it takes time. There was a little grind that happened in that process. And I think people don't necessarily talk about the grind or people ignore that it's a grind, but yeah, there's a lot of opportunity too. So keep that in mind. Then I cue the scammers come in here with with those comments. Um, and so just keep that in mind. So you said a lot of grind. It's a grind. It's a grind. So I don't want you guys to think, oh well, it's gonna happen for me just like that person did, and they were able to do that. No, it's a grind. You got to recognize that. And they had a journey of some sort too. I agree. I heard how much people are making, but not all the hard work behind it. Yes. It is. And then you got to realize some people come with a certain knowledge and skill set when it comes to digital marketing, social media, understanding content creation. And some of us, a lot of us don't. So there's a learning curve just from the fundamentals. That's the fundamentals of this. This is a social media platform. This is digital marketing, live streaming, content creation, all that stuff. This is also content creation, whether you do it post or if you do it live. He said no skills here. Hello, are you reading comments on photo? Oh, thank you, friend. Appreciate you. No, I don't have that. I can't see it. So just know that that's part of it. Uh-oh, give me one second. I gotta remove the bad actors. I have not been um I have not been blocking them. I just been muting them. Hey Brooke, how you doing, friend? And so it's a grind. So monetization, other people want to become TikTok's famous. So you're trying to get noticed, whether you sing, dance, comedy, play an instrument, whatever it is, you cook, Whatever it is, you're trying to get noticed. So a lot of people come here for that. They want to be seen. Is you said it's good to get the whole truth. Yeah. Yep. Are you live from your laptop or phone? Phone. It's my phone. And so you said tired long night. Hey friend. Hey, create a new. So keep that in mind. You're trying to be TikTok famous. The third reason is you want to build community. Build community based on your topic, your niche. You want to have that connection with folks. And that's your why. Now, I will say this. Let me give a little side note to that. Community, if you're doing it the right way, you will build community. People will come connecting, will connect with you, but also people will come and go. So you're constantly in this building phase and trying to keep your community growing because people will come and connect with you, and life happens for all of us, and you won't see them for a while or they'll stop showing up. So be prepared for that. Community is ever evolving. If I was to give that kind of a name, it's always evolving. All right. And be aware of that and recognize that you have to evolve with that too. Yes, it is. Yeah. So keep that in mind. Community is something we aspire to build and grow, but it changes. People come and go. Yes, definitely right. People come and go. Yep, they do. Yep. And so keep that in mind. I just want to say that because I don't want you guys to be like, oh, well, I had a great community and now it's gone. Well, no, that happens. Now you got to figure it out. How do you keep going? How do you keep showing up? How do you bring new community? He said, I want community plus passive income. Is that possible? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, absolutely. Yeah, that's what you ultimately want. You need community to create the passive income. Yeah, absolutely. Um, the last one is just mastering. When you think about mastering, they fickled. Yeah. Um, so mastering something, whether it's content creation, UGC, live streaming, TikTok shop, selling your business or courses or consultations. All of that is part of that mastery, and people come here for that too. It's like you want to be that person that is doing this at a level where you've created this niche for yourself, this skill set for yourself. So a lot of people come for that too. Does having lots of friends equal monetization as well? No. No, not at all. Thank you so much, 9 to 5 scholar. All right, friend. Take care. Um, and so no, it's those are mutually exclusive. So yeah, your follower count does not equate to how many people will come to your live stream. Yeah, you gotta do a lot of work. That's helpful to have a high follower count. It's helpful because you can tap into those people to share your live, and you have a bigger network. But that doesn't translate into them actually being interested in your topic and coming to your live and engaging and doing all the things. No. This live is valuable. You're welcome, friend. So TikTok shop and lives are the only ways to monetize. No, 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 there's multiple ways to monetize. Um, and connect with them. Yes. No, no. There's multiple ways to monetize. When you think about TikTok live being one way, TikTok shop is one way. Super fans is one way. Hey Lisa, super fans is one way. Service Plus, if you have a service and video courses, good morning, friend, is another way. From the content side, you have programs like TikTok Go. You have programs like Create a Rewards program. You have video gifts. You have programs such as campaigns. There's campaigns in the live as well. So yeah, there's easily 10, 15 ways to monetize. Absolutely. So don't, yeah, so there's not one way. Some people, the way to be successful is that you are multifaceted. You're thinking about multiple streams of income and you're doing different things so that you can have a little bit going on over here, whether it's your live stream and you're getting the gifting engagement that way. Maybe you have super fans that you're also actively talking about. You also have your ability to talk about shop and you pin products and talk about that stuff. You could also leverage the campaigns and make sure you're signing up for those campaigns, participating in that. You could do content that you're doing. You have a page that's focused on TikTok Go and TikTok Shop, and you're posting content over there. So there's multiple things people are doing, and ultimately they're getting payouts. Your wealth of knowledge. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Lisa, how you doing, friend? Are you here, friend? Let me know if you're still in the room. Um, I don't know if today is good for you, but maybe tomorrow. I would love to have you talk. Lisa's in the agency. She's an A-leaguer. So I would love to have her talk about her perspective on just growth on TikTok and, just thinking about ways that you guys can um, aspire to grow and think about your journey in an intentional way too. So she's done some things. She's done really well. Um, it's a grind. I say that all the time, and I know she's been grinding it out. And so just giving perspective to that grind. Lisa, I don't know if you're still here, but if you are, let me know, friend. I'll message you. I want to make sure I don't intrude on your time. She's a busy lady. So let's see. Um, is it so time consuming keeping up with all the TikTok campaigns and my it is so time consuming. Yeah, it is. It is. You adjust. You adjust. I don't want you guys to think that the way you feel right now, it does you learn. It's like if we could think back to when we had to learn how to drive a car. We were nervous. We were afraid. It was like, "Oh my gosh, I have to learn how to drive this car. Oh my gosh, can't believe I have to do this." And then fast forward, you get to point A to point B, and you're like, "How do I get here?" You like driving. It is like this road memory of driving. Like you're like, "Oh, driving in my sleep, basically." It's easy. You do it. And that's how this is. You'll get to the point where you just do it. And it's not complicated. It's not anything that's gonna stress you. TikTok will throw a curveball just like in the street. Somebody put some debris in the street and you gotta curve around it. You gotta figure that out. But that's how it is here. And so don't think that it should scare you for long. Everything you do in the beginning is a little awkward and painful. I use the analogy of working out. You start working out and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm starting this new workout regimen. I'm starting this new diet. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. It's so difficult." And then after you do it for a while, you're like, "Oh, okay. I'm stronger now. I'm better. I have energy. I'm doing well." That's how it is. Girl, I blew my neighbor's fence and took out you from driving. It's not overnight success. No. You drive like a pro now. So keep that in mind. In the beginning, it's like that. And let me say this, y'all. Let me put this on put a little perspective here. I don't think you get comfortable, truly comfortable, until a year in. Okay. So if you are under a year of doing this, you got some time. You got about a year in is where you start getting comfortable. Anybody in the room can agree with that or disagree. Tell me your thoughts about that. Anybody in the room that's over a year? Anybody? Anybody? Nobody? Nobody. Sherry, you've been doing it for a year. And so just know it takes time. You said somewhat. I'm not a year in, and that makes me feel better. Yes. It's like, oh wow, when you hit that 1 year, you're like, wow, I've been doing this for a year. And then, there's still some stuff that you're learning and growing. You said me too. I was like, ain't nobody in the room a year? Yeah, nobody in the room is a year. My goodness. But it takes time. I wanna acknowledge that. I feel exhausted by it, and a year needs to happen. Live makes me think twice at times. It does, and then you shift, and when you stop doing it, you're like, "Oh my gosh, I missed it." You said 6 months. You're 6 months at it? Yeah, so once you get to a year 6 months is probably a good reflection point. I would say that. It's a good reflection point. Thank you for that. You're welcome. It's a good reflection point, 6 months at it. I think at 6 points, 6 months, here's what happens for me at 6 months. 6 months is when I started to venture out to do different things. Yes, I agree. I started to be a little bit more adventurous because I was like, okay, all I'm gonna do is this in my life. I didn't do at 6 months, I was rarely doing panels. I didn't have guest stuff. I still don't do a lot of panels and guests. Again, that's me. That's me because so here's my thoughts about panels. So this is just my own thoughts, and everybody does it differently. That makes me feel like I'm selling my soul thing. I know what I deal with. Yeah. So well, it just depends on what your topic is. I love my live. I'm teaching you all. I love this engagement. And so what I'll say though, what with panels is that I don't get a chance to engage as much. because I feel like I'm directing my attention to the panels, and it makes me have to multitask even more. And I feel like I multitask already. Hey, Toya. And so I'm now like, okay, now I'm even on hyper drive when I have panels up. So that's my own thoughts about it. Now, other people are able to manage. I like to make sure my chat feels seen and heard. I'm engaging in that way. And I'm building community. I'm answering questions. When I have guests up, I feel like my attention now is kind of, it's too many things going on. So that's kind of why I don't do it. So that's my own little thing. No, you're amazing. Left. I'll deal with the wild kids. Okay. Right. Right. So yeah, so that's something I started to venture more into around 6 months. And so I did more panels by then. I was starting to do a little bit more, having guest up, talking stuff. I will also say this. I probably didn't think about leagues, and I'm going to talk about leagues in a second. I didn't think about leagues until about 6 months in. So I was like a late bloomer to the league concept. I didn't do it early on at all, which I'm happy I didn't. And I teach, don't focus on it. But I didn't do it at all. Yeah. So I started right around 6 months paying attention to my league. Me too, I feel. I feel like there's that too, Doc. You do you? You said I'm going to try different things. Yes, I tried it last Friday, so I understand what you're saying. Yes. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, 10K taps almost. Okay. Thank you for saying that. Appreciate it, friend. We're going to see if we can get to this to over 10K taps. 100K taps. I said 10K, 100K. I learned it through you. Yeah, so when you do the panels, make sure you don't ignore your chat. If you can include them, that's better, just so that they feel like they're part of the conversation. You say you deserve. Appreciate it, friend. Thank you so much, Goddess. I appreciate that. Let's do this. So we have some new friends in the room. I want to make sure we acknowledge engagement too. Let's do this. Everybody in the room, we're going to talk about the different ways TikTok tracks your engagement. Okay, so I would say this is kind of another analogy I used to use all the time. I said, and I'm joking. This is my little funny joke because I don't know anything about this, but this is a joke. Um, TikTok. I love this topic. I usually say TikTok is a relationship. All right, and so it's a relationship that is a threesome. Okay, so I don't know anything about threesomes, y'all, but it's a relationship that's a threesome. The threesome is you, me, and TikTok. So we got to work together. All right. So when you think about your viewers, you say, what? Somebody's like, what you know about threesomes? I was like, I don't know nothing about threesomes. I was like, that's my little joke. She's so wholesome. But with that being said, for it to work, the three of us got to be working together. Okay. So So that's my joke. We got to work together on this. So you are viewers, I'm a live host. And so my people who are aspire to be live hosts, teamwork. That's it, teamwork. He said, I love it here. No lies. So so if you aspire to be a live host, I want you guys to understand that you do need your viewers. Now, I'm gonna talk about gifting because that question came up earlier too, and I haven't really given a deep dive answer to that. I'm gonna talk about gifting. I'm gonna talk about engagement. All right, engagement comes in multiple ways. Hey, Mrs. Treetop. Engagement comes in multiple ways. So you have engagement that is the comments. We've been talking, we've been chatting. Hey, Mr. Streets, have a good morning. We've been chatting this whole time. Okay. You said make the dream work. And so we've been really engaging. You guys have been moving my chat. We've been asking questions and stuff. That is great. That's what you need from your viewers. People have been throwing in stickers. Stickers come when you click the comment box. You got to be a fan club to get to the stickers. But if you click the comment box, there's a heart. In that heart, you'll see, yeah, Miss Treetop. Yeah, Mr. Treetop. Thank you so much for the Dr. Lisa Cares. So you'll see in that comment box is that heart. If you click the heart, you see my stickers. And people will put in stickers, Dr. Lisa Care stickers. Okay. So you can put in stickers. And so that is engagement. You want your chat to move. You also want your chat to share out your live. We got almost 200 shares. Let's see if we can get 200. So you see the arrow in the corner. You can share out the live. You can repost it. You can add it to stories. You can press down on the middle of the screen and share it out that way. Thank you so much for sharing out this live. Appreciate you guys supporting that live stream. Let's see if we can get that over 200 shares. The middle of the screen allows you to do what's called a power share. So if you press down, you'll see a list of names that pop up for you, and you can share it out to those people too. So that's called a power share. You also have what we talk about is the hearts. You see those hearts flowing. That is tapping. People sometimes use a tapping device. And so if you see my tapping device, I have it higher. And so you see my tapping device, it is tapping, it makes that heart pop up and that line crawl across. And you see those bubbles popping out, the confetti. If I turn it off, confetti's gonna fall on the screen. I did 419 likes. That confetti falls. You guys don't see that confetti. I don't see the confetti. You guys see it. So that's what people do where the hearts are flowing. They're liking the live. All that is engagement. That is free support. Free 99. The stickers you gotta pay for actually, because you gotta get the heart me. So that's a coin. Thank you so much, friend. And so make sure you grab your daily heart me up here so you can engage. I always tell people when you come to someone's room, make sure you follow the live host, you grab their daily heart me. Thank you, friend. So that way you can show that you're an engaged viewer before you start asking for support. And then you can network and stuff because people need to see that you're supporting. I'm going to talk about those badges in a second because some of you don't have them. And I'm going to tell you if you're trying to be a live host, you need them. All right. Oh, shoot. I need one of those. My finger's about to fall off. Okay. So I have it in my showcase. I'm trying to tell my live viewers that yes, yes. So keep that in mind when I say when I was jokingly saying we're in a relationship, we are, because this is not TV. It's not for you just to sit here and watch me the whole time and like, oh, okay, I hear her. I'm getting all this information and all this game, and I'm not supporting. You know what I'm saying? Mama P, appreciate your friend. And so you need to make sure that you are a supporting person because you can't come off as someone who's taking and just consuming. That's going to show up later, and it's going to hurt you. I'm going to tell you that right now because you're going to be like, why don't people support me? Why don't people come to my live and engage? Why don't they do the things I want them to do? Because I'm going to say, well, what do you do? What are you doing to support people? And the reality of that is that TikTok tracks you. You said, where can I get the tapper? Y'all so funny. I'm going to pin the tapper for y'all real quick. I'm going to pin it real quick so y'all can get it. Just I'm only gonna do the tapper. Y'all so funny. It's like, ma'am, how you gonna show that tapper and not pin it? I'll put my lights too, because somebody asked about my lights. So those three items are there. And then the tapper I'll pin. Okay. So that's the tapper. You want to show it when you pin something, you got to show it too. So that's the tapper. Um, so what I will tell you, and it's on sale. It's free shipping. It's 12.99, free shipping. Not bad. Okay. Yeah. Um, so you gotta pay attention to what you're doing. And those badges tell a story. All right. It tells a story about your engagement. It tells a story about your lack of engagement. It tells a story. So when you come into someone's live, they see you. We see you. Okay. We see you. So we know what you've done and haven't done. All right. So that's why I say when you become a live host, you're going to be asking for people to engage with you and support you. And if you haven't been doing that and didn't know the rules of engagement, then again, how are you going to ask people to support you? It's going to be hard to get that support back or get that support from them because you don't even know what to tell them to do because you don't do it. All right. So keep that in mind. I'm going to talk about the boxes in a second so you guys can kind of understand it. In the meantime, I want you guys to click the number of people in the room right now. If you click the number of people in the room, what it's going to show you. Hold on, I'm going to have to show my tapper. I just won't turn it on. Okay. What it's going to show you if you click the number of people in the room. Oh, my tapping away. It's going to show you the number of people in the room. It has a question mark. It breaks it down. I tell you guys always click the question mark. Oh, my finger. My finger's not hitting it. There we go. It also breaks down how to get points and what those top viewers look like. The top 2 viewers are in the boxes in the top right corner. You see those 2 bubbles? Those are the top viewers. That's my 1 and 2, Jaina and Snow White. Those are my 1 and 2. You actually see them up there. Those points represent the points that they've gotten from being in my room, okay? So that's what you're seeing. Hey, Kurt, welcome to the room. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you for the daily heart means. I appreciate you all. So again, those are the things that you want to pay attention to. You want to pay attention to your top viewers, and ideally, those people there are people who understand how to engage, and so you get points for engagement. So let me do this. I'm gonna remove my unpin this. Do you know how to send a viewer to number one? You said, "Hey, do you know how to send a viewer to number one?" What do you mean? Send a viewer to number one. Tell me more. What you mean by that? Thank you so much, Brooke. Appreciate you. What you mean by that, Kurt? The viewer has to do that. What you mean? Give and engage, especially if the live host is talking about something that helps you succeed. Yes. Love those. Thank you so much, Snow White. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Toya. Appreciate the roses. Thank you so much for the shout out, Toya. Yes, girl. Wear them. Yeah, I wear them. Um, hey, Doc, can you have your cart and be on live? What you mean? I'm live and my cart is on. Let me know what you mean by that. Yeah, I'm doing both. Uh-huh. I activated my cart just that quickly. I'm gonna turn it off in a second, in a little bit. But yeah. So I'm doing both. So it's there. Thank you so much, T. Owens. Appreciate you for the feather tiara. Appreciate that. But yeah, can anyone do it? Yes. Yes. If you have TikTok shop, you could do what I'm doing. Here's my caveat. Make sure whatever you pin, you show. I'm showing it. So whatever you pin, you show it, throughout that time it's pinned. Make sure you don't have multi guests or co hosts. TikTok is like, hey, you're supposed to be talking about these products. Talk about the products. Make sure you try to avoid showing two different products, too many products. Like right now, this microphone showing. Like I probably should move it over to the side a little bit, just so that it doesn't think I'm trying to promote this product and this product at the same time. Because the one that's pinned is the one I'm supposed to be talking about. So just know you want to be careful about what you say and what you show, especially as you have something pinned. If you have your shopping cart on, be careful about what you show too, because TikTok's like, well, that's not a product that's supposed to be in the shopping cart. So why are you showing something else? How did you toggle from service to so the shopping cart I clicked on, the shopping cart I clicked on and I added products and that override Service Plus. And then I have to remove those products so I can turn back Service Plus on. Hey, Urban Eye Candy. Hey, Coach Chantel. Appreciate y'all both coming in. So yeah, so like I said, I'm about to turn off my shopping cart because I was showing the tapper because people asked about it. And now I'm going to go back to the Service Plus. And so that's what I would do. So that's what happened. Okay, good morning. Good morning, friend. Good afternoon now. Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, so thank you both for being here. I appreciate the support. So yeah, so I have that on right now. Let me know if there's anybody else who needs shop. I'm about to cut it off. The other thing that was in there, you guys saw my I'll show it real quick because it is there in the background. My lights. My lights are here. This is the sunset lamp. Thank you, friend. Appreciate you. This is the sunset lamp. And this is the remote, excuse me, the remote that goes with it. It can change to different colors. I can make a solid color if I wanted to do like a cute little blue color tone. I can do that. It's on sale also. It's free shipping, 54% off. Really good deal for this one too. And I it can do strobe lights if you want, or it can flashlights. and then you can have it fading. It's not a huge circumference, so I don't want people to think like, oh, it's taking over my whole wall. It's actually like a little oval, like a little dome. When you think about it like this, it's like a little dome. And what it does for my lights just gives a little color highlight, accent color to it. So, so it's a really good way to break up the look of your room. So that's it. That's what it does. Um, and how I get this particular effect is that this is my background. I have a different light. I have a clip-on light that is it's also on that card, but that is clipped to my tablet and that gives the front light. So I need some lighting so it can give this light the effect that it needs. All right. So so I use both lights. So I have to have both lights on. So for example, if I cut off the clip-on lights, you'll just see, it looks a little darker. It doesn't make me pop. So I need lighting in front of me. So I use that clip light to do it. You said, "Okay, thank you." Are you using desktop? This is my phone. This is my phone. I will see you later. I had to come to show you my face and learn and support. Appreciate you, friend. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Afternoon, Mars. Thank you so much, everybody coming in. So yeah, so this other light gives that glow in the front. Thank you for this useful information. You're welcome. So yeah, so those are the things that I have going on. All right, so I'm gonna unpin this. Thank you, friend. You're welcome. Um, appreciate you. Thank you, Christine. Others coming in. Yes. So let's talk through that. Let's do this. We're going to do our blue boxes. We got a lot of friends that just came in. I want to make sure we give engagement. I'm going to remove these products. So if you missed the products, you can definitely go to my showcase up here and get those products if you're interested in any of those three. It was the tapper, the clip-on light, and my background light, my sunset lamp. It says, so if you have bought it, you can put it in there. Or do you have to wait for an invite from TikTok Shop? You have to wait for an invite from TikTok Shop. So TikTok has to invite you into TikTok Shop first. And then you would get the shopping cart and you can add products to your showcase. And those products you can then when you go live, you'll see the products that are in your showcase and you can pin those or you can add some recommended products or you can go to the product marketplace and add some products that way too. Thank you so much for the knowledge today. You always learn from you. I appreciate it. You're welcome, friends. And so now my s- my Service Plus is now back active. Thank you for the clarity. You're welcome. And so Service Plus is this feature here. If you're interested in my Creator Network agency, really quickly, because I talked about that earlier. I'm doing a recruiting blitz for this summer, for this month of August, because I'm trying to get to 25 new creators. I think we're right at 19. So we're about six shy. So I'm trying to get that number to 25 because I want to do training in September, two different training sessions. So message me the word agency. You can click the little box here. This is called Service Plus. And then that pin card was what I just pinned on the screen. But if you click that feature, you'll see where Service Plus pops up and you can message me the word agency. Are you allowed virtual background? Are you allowed a virtual background? You can do what's called a green screen. People do that. TikTok's not a big fan. I've noticed that they suppress some of my creators that are doing that feature because they think that you're not um you're hiding something. That's what they say in the training. They want to make sure they safeguard and not have, minors in the room or on your live. You can't have small kids on a live. So be careful about doing that. Um, I sent a message says, hope you pick me. You're so sweet. Pick me, pick me. Are you going live? Let me know. Do you go live? That's the first step. You gotta be a live host. You gotta be a live host. So make sure you're going live on a regular basis. Try to go live at least 4 days out the week for 61 minutes. Can you talk about how to set up viewer wishes? Viewer wishes. Let me do my engagement thing first and then I'll circle back to viewer wishes. Thank you so much. Yes, I do. Okay, perfect. So and Snow White, do you go live? Let me know if that's what you was saying too. Let me know that. So let's do this. Everybody in the room, I'm gonna show you guys. Yes, I've been taking notes. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. And so as long as you are not already with an agency, because that's the one I keep getting where people are either not going live yet or with an agency. And then they request to join, but I can't accept you. So those are two big no-nos. I won't be able to accept you. So those are the two. And then you got to be in US and Canada, and you have to be also no restrictions at the time you're applying. or violations, and you can't have made too much money. So those are the rules. So anybody beyond that more than likely can be accepted. So thank you so much. I see you. This ain't TV. Kurt, Kurt, I don't think I answered your question. What was your question, friend? What were you trying to ask me? Let me know what was your question because I was trying to understand what you were saying. In the meantime, everybody put the word box, BOX in the chat. Put the word BOX. Put the word BOX. It's for everybody in the room. And then once you put the word box, click your photo. Click your photo. Click your photo so your mini profile shows up. And we're going to walk through this. All right. You guys have heard me talk quite a bit. Now you need to understand how this works for you all as viewers and me as a live host. And then when you become a live host, what it means for you all. So put the word box. I'm going to kind of walk you through what's happening here. If you might be missing this box. I don't know why TikTok keeps doing me like this, but this box is missing. But there should be 3 boxes. All right. Thank you all for the word box. Then click your photo. I've seen some grow rooms hosts send someone to number 1 after sending a certain gift. Send someone to number 1. Was it the gift that sent them to number 1? When they sent that gift, it made them number 1? It's a certain gift. If they so the ranking here is based on the gifting and the points that you got from comments and taps. So if they send a high enough gift, they'll be number 1, even for my room, like right now. Wow, you're on a you said I'm on for a while today. Good. It's only been an hour and 45 minutes, so I haven't even hit 2 hours yet. I'll probably get off around 2.5 hours. I don't have third box either. Yeah, I don't know why TikTok is doing that. It most likely was the points to get them to the number 1 spot. That's it. Yep. That's what I'm thinking. Kurt, that's it. What Miss Treetop said. It was the points that got them to number 1. Yep. I've been writing hard to tap too. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's what happened. I don't have a third box. You don't have a third box. Yeah, TikTok is being funny. Um, yeah, it makes sense to me. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, whatever that gift was, it made them number 1. It was like, hey, Galaxy. The host doesn't send them, they send themselves. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, the host might have hinted, like, hey, this will do it. You want to be number 1? Those grow rooms are like that. So real talk, that's what's happening in those grow rooms. A lot of lives get ours last night. A lot of lives got ours last night. For what? For what? What did they do? Beauty within. You gotta get a tapper so you can multitask. Yes. Our grow rooms bad. Grow rooms are they have they you go there for a reason, not a season. Yeah, what happened with the R's? What happened yesterday? People kept reporting them. Oh, I don't know. Wow. Wow. Why was they reporting folks? Because of what manipulation type stuff? What were they doing? Interesting. Okay. So had to drink some water. I usually drink water off screen for that. I have BT1 I have a BT1. A BT1, but me nor my 15-year-old can get it to work. Right. What's a BT1? What's that? Not sure. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So profile, really quickly. I said way earlier, Bluetooth tapper. Gotcha. Okay. But you can't get it work properly. Yeah. Maybe it needs to charge. Just charge it real good. Mine is this is a chargeable rechargeable one. It's not Bluetooth though. It's rechargeable. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Bluetooth. Interesting. Um, way earlier in this live, I said TikTok tracks your performance. Why did you drink the water off screen? Because Stina, I was going to explain that too. Thank you for reminding me. I was like, I didn't say it. I must not have said it. Drinking on camera, TikTok doesn't like. They don't know what's in a cup. And so really it falls under the community guidelines for regulated goods. And so alcohol is a regulated good. Vaping, you're not supposed to smoke, regulated good as well. Driving, regulated as well. So you're not supposed to do those things on camera. Um, and because I'm drinking water, obviously they don't know what's in my little gray mug. And so tumbler rather. And so I don't want to drink it on camera for them to assume something. So that's what I would say. So let's see. Okay. So here's what I will say. You have these 3 boxes. The one that you don't see, I'll show you where it's located because it's under the gift gallery, so I'll talk about it. Um, and just recognize that these 3 boxes are you at different stages of the live journey. So the first one represents you as a viewer. Everybody in my room, you guys are viewers. I don't have my panel boxes on, so you're not guests. That's when you become a guest, when you come up in someone's room under their panel boxes. You are viewers. Some of you might be viewers and followers. Some of you have not followed me, so you're not a follower, so you need to follow me. All right. So you want to go up here and make sure you click the word follow. So you follow me. So as you're here, TikTok is focused on how you are engaging from a gifting engagement. All right. Really quickly. Let me break this down. Live hosts, you receive diamonds. Diamonds come from the gifts that are sent. If someone sends a one coin gift like the wink wink and they send 4 of them, I receive 4 diamonds. So for every coin that is spent, you get that amount in diamonds. One coin gift, like a rose or something, is 1 diamond that the live host receives. Thank you so much. So I receive 1 diamond. As people are sending other gifts, maybe a hand heart, that's 100 coins that was spent. I received 100 diamonds. So that's how that works. So as a live host, you receive diamonds. That's cool regarding the diamonds. So the diamonds don't equate to the amount that you're going to receive. That amount is based on a couple other factors. It's under what's called the scale live rewards. It's under where how long you go live. Somebody asked me that way earlier about, if I go live 61 minutes, does that count towards my monetization? Or is that how much I will earn or something like that. I was like, well, 61 minutes is part of your monetization factors, but not only. TikTok has a scale. Every live starts off under 5 minutes, you get 20%. So every live starts off with 20%. Every live starts with 20%. Then you move up. The most you can make is 40. Okay. 40% comes from 2 factors: how long you go live and how many followers you get. Followers, you get 2% if you get 5 or more. You get less than that, less percentage if you get less followers too. So the highest you can get in duration, how long you go live, is 25 minutes or more, you get 38%. So the 38 plus the 2 is the 40%. Okay, that was a quick explanation of that. I usually do the whole breakdown, but just know that that's where part of your monetization comes from. You need diamonds, and of those diamonds, you can get earn up to 40% rewards based on what happens in your live time and followers. All right. Hey, Lou, welcome to the room. Others coming in, appreciate you all being here. Thank you all. New folks following, appreciate you as well. So let's go here. So this first box is you. I need to build my confidence to go live. You got this, friend. That's what'll happen. You'll build confidence. Go get your Clover's box. Yes, the Clover box is there. That's free, and that's free. Keep in mind, somebody just gifted that. There's Clovers in there. If you haven't sent a gift before, you don't have a blue box. That's what I'm about to talk about. This is the perfect time to get your first blue box, and it was for free. Just saying. That was for anybody in the room who don't know what just happened. Okay. Thank you so much for those clovers. Appreciate you, friend. You said, I didn't see the boxes. It's right here. The treasure box. You don't see that treasure box? Huh. This account don't have my board up neither. Oh, my board's way higher. Why's my board so high? That's interesting. It's not there for me. Interesting. Oh, I don't know. What country are you in? Um, all these benefits on on the day. Are there benefits on the daily hearts? Yes, yes, it is. I'm gonna get to that in a second. U.S. Canada. Huh? I don't know. Hmm. Go out and come back in, maybe. Could be just a glitch. I would say go out and come back in. Yeah. Yeah. Did you update your app? That's true. There was an app update today. Sure was. There was one for today. There was an update, and I did my two phones. Okay. I haven't done this phone yet. I've done my main phone, but I haven't done this one. Um. Okay. You as a viewer, you as a fan club member for my room, you as a viewer, the blue box follows you to every live you go to. No, I'll try to update. Okay. So it follows you for every live you go to. So when you go in someone's live, let me be very clear. If you don't have a blue box, we see that. If you clicked your photo, put in the word box in the chat, then click your photo. If you click your photo and it has LV0 and it's grayed out, that means you've never done it. Okay, that may be why we keep going silent on me. Oh, really? I keep going silent on you? Interesting. Hey, Dana. So it pretty much that blue box follows you for every live you go to. As you are going live and on your live journey, you want to make sure that you engage because again, as you engage, so many blue boxes in here. Yes, there was quite a few that wasn't. I'm just gonna say it a little while ago. They might be quiet right now. They're probably quiet right now, the ones that don't have it. They're like, "Wait a minute. I'm not gonna say anything." Yeah, we had quite a few a second ago, though. Um, you said box. Yes, so look at yours. So with the LV yeah, so with the LV0, you wanna think about your engagement strategies, especially if you're gonna be a live host. And so I always tell people this, I was like, "You reap what you sow." So if you're not sewing into other people and you're not being intentional about that, so educational, thank you, friend, then people are going to see that you don't do it. They're going to know that you don't do it. And ultimately, they're not going to do it for you. And I'm going to say this, you're not going to even know not to tell them to do it. Thank you, friend. You're not going to even know what to not to tell them because you don't even know what you're doing. You haven't been doing it. And so you're going to be like, well, why don't people do for me the way they do for these other hosts? It's because you don't do it. And you don't even know that you don't do it because you don't know what to do. So that's why I said, get your blue box. I'm teaching it now. That's how it's done. So I'm gonna click it real quick. So let's thank you so much for the winks. Thank you for the candy blast too. I just realized I got that earlier that the candy burst out of it. I didn't realize it had this burst effect. Um, okay. So this tells you what level this account is in. So this is a 24. I've gotten points here. So it's tracking all your points. And then this forward slash symbol, it tells you how many points you need in total to get to the next level, which is 25. And then the message is going to scroll past. It's going to tell you how many points you need. I had to try the candy blast. Says how many points I need now to level up. And then if you need to read up on this, this is called that little question mark. Remember I tell you question marks is what you want to read. It tells me what's going on here. All right. So this is the gifter level up program. And just so that you know, um, the shades and colors of the blue boxes change. So it goes from level one. See, level 1 to 9 is this shade of blue. Level 10 to 19 is this symbol and two notches and this shade of blue. Then you get into the purple tones once you start getting into the 20s, high 20s actually. 20 to 29 is this shade and that symbol. And then now you're in the purple tones, 30 to 39, and then you have 40 to 49, and then this is the 50 level. So all of that is ways for us to know who you are and what you're all about. You said I'm only 5 away, got to start doing more. There we go. I had to try the candy blast. Yep. So I think what you're saying, Gen X, Gina. That's something I'm going to talk about in a second because I teach that because I want you guys to know your levels, know where you're at. So, for example, if you click the gift box, it tells you, let me go here. It's not doing it right now. Okay, there we go. It tells you how many points you need. I had to click around to a couple other gifts so it could show up because it was not showing, it was showing some other stuff. But it'll show how many experience points that you need to level up. And so as you're doing that, hey, Catty girl, thank you so much for being here. T Owens, thank you for those populars. And so then you can make a decision on how you're going to level up. And then it'll take you to this blue box. All that's connected. Thank you so much for the budding hearts. So it shows you what exactly you need. As you're thinking about your strategy from a gifting strategy, from an engagement strategy in that box, you want to pay attention to. So Mrs. Treetop, she's a 34. She's going to be 35 soon. She said, "I'll be 35 soon, doc." Um, she's looking at her numbers and trying to make a strategy about how she's going to engage. I don't tell you to break your budget, but I do say you want to do something because that follows you. People see you. Does the level reset daily? No, no, it's there. It's there until you go to the next level. So I often get people who will say, "Doc, I've been stuck on level 5 forever. I don't know how I get to the next level." Well, they don't realize you got to reduce these points. So once you see how many points you need, then you send a gift based on that amount or whatever you want to do. So I give the example of 50. Say this number was 50. Okay, you're like, "Okay, 50 points. That's not a whole lot." Well, my budget, I'm going to do a little bit here, I'm going to do a little bit in another room, and then I'll get to the next level by tomorrow. Or you might say, "Okay, well, let me just do what I need to do here and then I'll level up. And then I'll worry about the next level as I do some engagement." Tell them to quit being cheap and kiff. Well, that's important, but you can't make sure you don't beg or anything like that. But also, what I do here is teach you to understand how you engage is going to impact how your viewers engage. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you're not doing it and you don't understand it, you're not gonna do anything with it. You said I'm a 41. I've sent 150K. I sent like 150K in order to get to that level. Yes. You said sent or spent? Did you mean spent? Hey, Lisa, how you doing? 100K diamonds. That's what 150K diamonds. I think that's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? Or points? Points. You spent that much. I want receipts. Cat. Cat, I want receipts. I'm looking at you like when you start a live, should you wait a few minutes till a certain amount of people come in? Yeah, you gotta warm up your room. Yeah, I tell people give your room at least 15 to 20 minutes to do a nice little warm up from the taps, the shares, the likes. I've seen rooms where people are sitting and waiting. Yeah, yeah. Not well, they should be engaging. There should be like maybe music. You want the energy, you want all that. You said, "Oh, I definitely have this something you can simply Google." Um, when you Google that, that's why I said I want receipts because people say that um based on that chart, and that chart is like 10 different charts out there. And I know my 33 is nowhere near 150K, is nowhere near 10K. So what I will say to people is, first of all, I say tell people to know their budget and what they're spending. But on top of that, make sure you look at how you're spending from like maybe your credit cards, maybe your bank accounts where you're pulling stuff at and stuff, and not just go off some charts. Because literally all those charts are different. And so being in an agency, um, obviously there's ways you can do it, where you're not spending based on any number of those amounts. If you're doing, you know, the website and getting the discounts and stuff like that, or you're exchanging and using the money from your live streams. Just so I understand, your level increases based on gifts, taps, likes, and comments. Gifting. The blue box is gifting. I could do simple math because I've been doing this for 3 years and I track what I spend. Okay. So you've been doing it that way. And so yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if it is in fact that much you spent. That's interesting. Yeah, friend. Yeah. That's interesting if you did that. But yeah. Um okay. So know your level, know your budget, figure out your budget for how you wanna do this, but you wanna do something, okay? Because people see that. People see that. So what happens is level 1 to 50, 25, when the room is under 100, you can fly into the room. When it's between 25 and 34, when it's 35, you fly in no matter who's in the room, no matter what the number is. And so, um, Katie girl, she's 41. So she flies into everybody's room. But again, she's spent considerably, considerably, and she's done this, and that's part of the perks of it. So it's part of the visibility, in terms of making sure that you're seen, and that also matters. But yeah. Hey, Vibe Wellness. Let's see. Hey, Vibe Wellness. Welcome to the room, friend. We were told to flood the chat with stickers. Does it really help, Doc? It does. Those are comments. You need comments. You definitely need that engagement. Thank you so much for that daily heart me. You definitely need comments. You definitely want comments. You want that engagement. You definitely want that engagement. Katie girl, do you go live? Let me know, do you go live? Because that should be the next thing. Thank you for the follow. Do you go live at all? And I don't. You should. You should, friend. Yeah, you should. Yeah, definitely. Um, and yeah, and your follower count. I keep hearing that. Yeah, you should. You should. And your follower count needs to be higher too. So go live would help with that, with both your follows as well as your the way you budget. With your budget management, friend. He said, "Go live." He said, "I'm an attorney, so my time is limited." You might need to find some time, though. You might need to find some time, whether maybe it's mornings, maybe it's evenings, but yeah, you do, friend. We need you to go live. What about the, comment from earlier? TikTok 1 penny. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna go back to that. Thank you, Steen, for reminding me. I'm a giver, and I realize I've done too much, maybe too much. Well, like I said, it's a give and take. That's why I said I need you to go live because it won't be too much if you were going live and it was being reciprocated in that way. Yeah, so you're not getting a full benefit. Thank you so much for that shout out, friend. Yeah, yeah. So if you went live, it would be reciprocated, and people will see. Like you said, you're a giver. You're giving, and it's good. And so people need to also give back to you. I understand. That's why I go live at 5 a.m. Got the time to find the time. Yeah, you got to find the time. That's it. You got to find the time. That'll do it. He said, "Hello, Soror." You talking to Vibe Wellness, ain't you? You ain't even talking to me. Some people go live at work if possible without getting in trouble. Yeah, that's true. Katie girl. Yep. Um, yeah, um so what was I about to say? Yeah, I spend it on one creator primarily, usually. Ooh, wow. Okay. Okay. Hello, Sororlies as well. Shit. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Miss you too. I gotta get to your live. Your live I need to prioritize because you go live when I am either still on, and when I come off, you're gone by then. So okay, I see you. You said I see you, friend. You getting the love, friend. I see y'all. You said yeah. Yeah, morning. How you doing? ATL property and business lawyer. Welcome to the room. I'll go live. I'll go live. Come spend it on me. I told you, friend, yeah, you need to go live. And whoever you spend it on, they need to give back. Yeah, if that's primarily the one person you spreading the love to, yeah, then you want to give them an opportunity to give it back. But I'm starting to think maybe it's time to end it. Yeah, it's time. I'm not hating on nobody. I mean, that's a relationship that you've connected with and find meaning in. Ultimately, going live side of that is that you can also get support. Yeah. And so that way you're getting the support that you need. Um, and so you just have to figure out the schedule for doing that and what does that look like, the topics, stuff like that. So yeah, there's definitely an opportunity. And then you never know. When you give like that and people see it, they oftentimes will want to support you too. They often do. I mean, that's the way I see it. So you often want to kind of see how you can support other people. And so that'll be important. You said great to connect. Y'all said, "Well, let's talk to Katie." Katie. Y'all so funny. Katie said she already told you. She said she do one person. All of it is kind of like the golden rule. Yes, it is. It is. Do unto others as others do unto you. Yep. Yep. As you want them to do unto you. Yeah. A lot of that. But again, the go live process makes it well, hey Walter, makes it makes it the ability for you to get that reciprocity and get that support and get people to understand what you're offering as they're offering that to you. You said you opened up a can of worms, you did. um, and so thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate that. Thank you for the daily heartbeat. Okay, let's go. I want to talk about the penny gifts. So earlier there was a question that was asked. Thank you all for the follows. Those who are coming to my room for the first time, thank you so much for being here. I am Dr. Lisa. I've been on TikTok for over a year and a half. Been going well, I'm sorry, been going live for over a year and a half. Been on TikTok about to hit my 2-year anniversary actually. Um, and so I've enjoyed this so much. Okay, thank you so much, friend. And so I am a Creator Network agency. It's a free program. I am a owner and manager of Launch Your Income Agency. It is a free program because we talk about TikTok giving you a percentage of your diamonds you earn in your live stream, and they take a percentage. And with TikTok's percentage, excuse me, they give 1 or 2 percentages to the agency, so that's how it works. So, TikTok makes the most. You know how that goes. TikTok is always gonna get theirs. You get what you are gonna earn for your live stream. The goal for the agency or having an agency is that you don't know what you don't know. You're here, and then ideally you're growing. Different strategies, different tips, different ways of understanding how to go live, how to use different features like viewer wishes, will help you earn as well. Okay. Um, Penny gifts. Let me say this. That was the question that came up earlier. Those are the any gifts that's arose, popular, the community gift which was just sent. Those gifts add up as people come in and support in that way. So that's what one of the creators was saying. Like, hey, sometimes you have gifts that are here that are not super expensive and people will engage and you'll hit your goals that way. So she was like, there's a lot of people just engaging with some of those 1 cent gifts. So that's the penny gift strategy she was referring to. Okay. I watched your live for 100 minutes. Appreciate your friend. Thank you so much for being here. Um, we connected here, Vibe Wellness. Yes, Vibe Wellness. She's been in the agency for a minute too. So um thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for Treasure Box was just launched again. So I appreciate that. Game Hustle Cash. Welcome to the room, friend. You're under both. So appreciate you, friend. Chris Posman, thank you for the Dr. Lisa Cares. Appreciate you, friend. So I asked this question earlier. Mrs. Treetop Vibe Wellness. Y'all both celebrated 1 year on TikTok. Anybody else celebrated 1 year on TikTok? Anybody else in the room who's been here as a live host for 1 year, over 1 year? Here's a question I asked. Um, with when it comes to, you said not yet. When it comes to going live, do you feel like your 1 year is where you really felt like you hit your stride? Did I, but we did. I missed that. 1.5 year. Coach Chantel, look at you. 1.5 years. um, leadership and education. Yep. And so 1.5 years. So would you say the stride came like at year one, maybe? I said 6 months was like maybe a pivotal year, a pivotal point. That's a reflection point. But 1 year, I felt like, okay, I've been doing this a whole year. Hey, MJ, I've been doing this a whole year. And so there's a level of confidence and um, knowledge and expertise that has come from that year of doing this that I feel happened at the 1 year mark. Is that fair? Would y'all say sooner than that? Yes, I think so, but the PhD kind of got in the way, but I'm hitting my stride now. Okay, okay. That's right. Bob Wellness is finishing her doctorate, so she was a little busy. She was distracted. So, but I think what do you think, Coach Chantel? Because you said a year and a half. Yes, 1 year was a milestone. Reflect and pivot. Yes, yes, yeah. I would agree. I would agree with that. So I guess I wanted the room. We had a lot of new friends in the room. I just wanted to make sure that they understood, like, hey, yeah, this thing happens. Don't get me wrong. You're doing this. You're doing it, and you're learning. It's a learning curve. I don't undermine that. I really do feel like, you know what, as you do this, you might start off with like maybe this passive approach, or maybe you feel like you're drinking from a fire hose. Thank you so much, friend. But at some point, you get your stride. You feel confident that things are moving and progressing the way it needs to. And ultimately, you get to that year and then you're like, okay, wow, I did a year. And you can reflect back on that. Again, some people go daily, some people don't, but just recognizing the longer you do it, the more often and that repetition you learn from that. Also, I'm getting more clients from here that takes time too. So I'm now learning to balance results. I love that. I love that. 'Cause that takes time too. I think that's where people will dash before they gave it a shot, because getting your if you're here for a service or a business, you're like, "Oh, well, I'm here for my clients. I'm here to grow. I'm here for my business." And then when you don't see that happening quickly enough, you stop before that breakthrough happens. And so keep that in mind too. That takes a little time as well. Did you ever feel like quitting, or what made you stick with it? You know what? I came on TikTok at a time where in the first 30 days, I saw some traction, but I was going live every day, same time, 4 o'clock. My 4 o'clock live still exists to this day. I do the 4 o'clock. I was going live and I saw where it was quiet and crickets. Those first 14, I'm going to say maybe 12 to 14 days, it was like, oh gosh, this is hard. And then, but I did recognize, let me say this differently. It wasn't crickets. I did recognize that it was slowly improving. Like I had 5 people come in a room, then I had 7, then I had 12, then I had 15. It was little things like that that I was noticing with each day of going live. Now, obviously, if I'm not going live every day, thank you so much, Bounty. I appreciate your friend. Obviously, if I'm not going live every day, you don't notice that increase. It doesn't happen as quickly. But because I'm going live every day, I'm like, okay, yeah, yesterday it was only 5. But okay, now I'm at 12. Okay, that's good. So I'm seeing the increase happen. So for that reason, I was in a mindset that says, okay, small wins. This is good. Things are slowly progressing. It took about 7 days or so for maybe even the first few people to come in a room on a consistent basis. Um, did you start teaching, or were you doing something else in the beginning? A little bit. So in the beginning, I was always teaching. Let me say that differently. So teaching has always been the fundamental of what I've been doing, but the foundation of what I've been doing. Um, in the beginning, I actually start off by just sharing what I was experiencing. So I was like, "Hey, let me touch this button. Oh, here's how you do that." People will come in. It's like, how do you even start going live? Like, what do you press?" And I was like, "Oh, I had to make sure I was 18 years and older, and you have to do that ID verification." And I was walking people through those steps, or walking people through, make sure you grab the daily heartbeat. Here's the heartbeat and what it is. Um, I said, Dr. Lisa, how you come in your room, but you get them to stay. You're blessed. Love. Thank you, Frank. You have something to share, Vibe Wellness? Give me 1 second. Let me finish this question real quick. I'm gonna circle back to Vibe Wellness. You want to come up? Um, Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Green Hustle Cash. Appreciate that, friend. She's like, how you get these people to stay? So I appreciate that, friend. Um, Yes. Okay, perfect. Give me 2 minutes. Let me answer this question. So in the beginning, it was a journey in terms of getting people to come in my room. So that was a little bit of me kind of sharing tips and strategies, and then people start coming. Um TikTok went dark in January of 2025, And once it came back up, it was like not quite 24 hours. I don't even think it was a full day, but that was like the one day I didn't go live in January because the app went dark. And so that was like week 3. And when it came back up, it was like day 23 or 4, somewhere along in there of the month. It came back up and it started to grow. TikTok was like pushing me out. And so I was getting pushed out pretty quickly, but I was going live at that point like 2 hours. So I was at that point I had gotten to the a stride where I was going live at least 2 hours. And I was getting pushed out quite a bit. And and from that month, towards that month, I think I had gotten between January and February, my live, it had went up to like 400 people. It was like really, really a lot of people in the room. So I grew quickly, had a lot of followers, a lot of engagement, a lot of people were asking questions. There was a lot of people. There was another thing that was happening at that time. TikTok was doing was called Human Talk. So I was getting a lot of people come in. It was like, "Hey, doc, sorry I'm late." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, welcome." Sorry I'm late from class. And so I was getting a lot of that type of engagement too. So people were coming in and referring other people to my live because I was teaching TikTok. And just like you guys are here, you're like, hey, I'm happy she's explaining this to me. I added another time, my 10 o'clock, which is the one I'm doing right now. I'm about to get off soon. But my 10 o'clock became part of digital marketing strategy. So it was like, now you go live. Now what? How do you take this and make it a business? How do you integrate what your niche is and what your expertise and topics you want to cover and make that a digital product or some solution you're offering people? And so I had like the tools for that. It's still in my stand store. I talk about it. I teach that with my coaching and but those are other things that people don't understand and don't know how to convert this. And so I teach how to do that. So that was something I was doing for quite some time. And then the agency conversation came up. And so most of my attention over the last year has focused on the growth of the agency. So that's mainly what I do. And I do coaching still and consultations. That wellness you asked to come up. Let me connect. Let's see. So viewer wishes comes down when you have to when you have a guest up. So they don't let you have your wishes on too. Hey, friend.
Hey, okay.
I can. Welcome.
Hey, I'm on my walk. I got balancing TikTok means that I try to do engagement with other accounts and things like that when I'm walking, which is really interesting. I almost got hit twice today by bicycles because I was
Oh,
slipping.
okay.
But other than that, just my sweat to fit in. But I just wanted to say about balance. A couple of things that happened to me, in terms of working on the PhD. I finally got into the grant time when it was time for me to go through the challenge and submitting my dissertation and all that, and I just couldn't do it. And I could have worked in the time, but I was just too, I wasn't focused. My energy wasn't right because I was stressed out. So I just took about 2 or 3 weeks off and came back. And what I've noticed is that when you feel the need to take some time off, or when you get burned out or whatever, you might want to follow that because maybe you just need some adjustment in your schedule, or maybe you need to come back fresh with new ideas. But when you come back, it's amazing how your community does bounce back, especially if you were doing a great job before and then you took some time off. The thing that I learned, because I think I've done this like 3 times in a year and a half, but this last time was the longest time. It was like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and I took off again for another 2 weeks. So yeah, it just got my growth a little bit. But when I took an inventory, even with all of that, I've gotten 20 clients in the last a year and a half from TikTok. And I've sold a lot of products. I don't know how many, but more than none of these were streams of revenue that I was counting on in my business. So this was
Okay.
like, say it's extra, but it was a surprise.
That's good.
So I just want to let people know if you're getting started, set realistic expectations and listen to that inner
Yeah.
to kind of get used to everything. So I just wanted to share that.
All right. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you. Appreciate the wisdom. Thank you, friend. All right. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody. That patience piece, I think that one has to be underscored because it is um it is a journey. It is. And sometimes we're hard on ourselves in terms of what we're expecting. We have these high expectations. We maybe put a artificial timeline on when things will happen and what does it look like. I think sometimes we do that to ourselves and not recognize that we're putting ourselves in a situation that may not be realistic. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for the support. That may not be realistic, and we got to give ourselves patience. We got to give the app patience. We got to you know respect that there is a learning curve that happens here. We got to listen to our body, listen to our mind, our heart in a way that you just thank you, Fran. Appreciate you. In a way, in all and you know who you are. You know how we know who we are. Maybe I'm gonna point at myself too, where sometimes we quit and take our little ball and run and really don't give ourselves a chance and opportunity to grow and develop. And so, I'm one of those people who will, when it gets uncomfortable, when I don't like something, I leave. And I don't work through that discomfort. And so just recognize if you have that tendency, then this app may push you to that point where you have to have that hard talk with yourself to say, am I fleeing because I tend to run at these points? Or am I fleeing because, it's really not working out for me? And then you always can come to me and ask questions about it. But I know I tend to do that. And so I had to have conversations with myself. I give the example of when I first started. I told my husband I had a troll in the room. And it was like this person that said something really mean and nasty in the chat. I was like, "Ooh, this feels bad. Like this is not. I'm not gonna deal with this. Like, what is this about?" And he was like, ma'am, you are in your home. Hey, the TikTok streets are just like the regular streets. Go back up there, do your live, and remove the person. Like, what are you doing?" Like, but I had to have that moment because I felt uncomfortable. I was like, why would I put myself through that? But for him, he was like, yeah, okay, now go finish you doing your live. That happens. That's what happens. I was like, all right, that's true. I need to hear that. I was getting too upset from the for bombing in lives. Yeah, yeah. So give yourself grace. You said run and hide. Yes, we know what we do. We know what we do. Yep, I'm the same. I've been having that talk. Yep. Stop talking about me in my face. If anyone needs a live hyper, let me know. Not only do I hype lives, I bring peace to the host. Thank you, friend. She does. She does. I love it. Every business has seasons. I feel like I need a year to just learn I need a year to learn TikTok. Yeah, I agree. I think that year, once I got to the year mark, I was like, wow, okay, this is interesting. I learned a lot. This is good. And so I tell people I see this as a strategic plan. Most strategic plans are about 5 years, and then you have to rewrite a new one. And so for me, I'm like, I'm about to hit year two soon of my strategic plan. That's it. And I had some goals for myself this year. It'll be interesting if I achieve them all. But I think I've started some things. The podcast thing still hasn't happened yet. So I'm going to see if I can get that to happen in this next quarter. My YouTube content creation, I need to work on that too. So those are two things that was on my list as part of my strategic plan. And then live streams, I've hit some milestones. I've grown from my content side, I've grown quite a bit. My follower count has grown. I hit 28,000 just this week alone. Um, my goal is to hit 50K at some point. I don't know. I got to put a timeline to that, but 25K was my amount and I've exceeded that. So we'll see what the end of the year brings. Maybe it um, might bring 50K. Who knows? I might have a video that goes really, really wild and get a lot of followers that way again. So I don't know. I don't know. A lot of those followers came from the live stream, but I did have a video that did really well that brought a lot of followers as well. Yeah. So it's interesting. Hey, King Money Meatball, welcome to the room. Yay. Congrats. Thank you. So just little things like that. Those are the things you got to pay attention to. Dr. Lisa, we were created to do whatever we want. Just ask your Heavenly Father, He'll send it. I love that. Yeah. So don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Pace yourself. Manage your expectations. People say that all the time. This is a real statement. Manage your expectations with this app because I think, the saying is comparison is the thief of all joy. And so we compare ourselves quite a bit here. You're comparing yourself to other content creators and other live hosts and other influencers and all these other people around you because you're here in this space and you're like, well, I want to be like them. I should be like them. And you're doing all that comparison. And I say, you got to stay in your lane, stay focused. There was one time I tell this story as a way for you to have perspective. Thank you, King. Thank you. I appreciate that, friend. To have perspective about this. I went to a room. This was doing Community Fest last year, not 2026, but 2025 Community Fest. They have this event that happens in June. So there's a campaign that happens. And you usually will see people co hosting a lot. Oh, I'm sorry, not co hosting, multi guesting, multi guesting stuff. And so it was a creator that had come to my live quite a bit. I saw that she was live, but I saw that she was live with guests. So I assumed it was her room, but maybe she was having guests too. So I was like, well, let me just pop in on her live. And she was in someone else's room. And it was this person. He was rude. To this day, I don't remember his name. I didn't follow him. Praise God, I didn't follow him because I would have had to unfollow him. But I never followed him. I went into the room and I was intentionally looking for her. And I was like, "Oh, she's in his box." And I said hi to her in the chat. And then I think I said hi to him, but then he was really rude. He was looking at my name. He had this little comment he made like, "Who are you launching? You're not like these other influencers." And he named some people who were high influencers and names that many of us might know. I was like, interesting. So I need to be like them to be successful? Like, you gotta that's who I don't even aspire to be like them because they not me. And I ain't them. And so I just remember this moment, like how other people will put you in a box or put you in a category. And it's going to be up to you to not let that be your story, not take that on, not take on other people's expectations. You got to do what you want to do and not compare yourself to other people. And to this day, I still don't compare myself to other people. I try my best to do what I'm doing. And at the end of the day, if it's working, that's great. That's great. And if it doesn't, if I need to pivot or make changes, I will. But just make sure you're not comparing yourself. That's the main thing I want to say. Hey, Cara, how you doing, friend? Thank you so much. Hello. Thank you so much. I'm happy you caught the live too. Yes, be always be you always with kindness. Yes. And don't let nobody dim your light because there's plenty of light dimming that can happen here. So be careful with that. Going live is being vulnerable. Gotta have thick skin. You do. You do. That's a good word. Thank you, friends. Thank you. So, yeah, I tell people don't dim your light for nobody and don't let nobody else do it to you. So, um, let me let me say this. I'm gonna get off soon. I've done 2.5 hours. Favorite Bible quote: "Those comparing themselves among themselves are not wise." Yes. Yep. 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 So I love that. Thank you all for the Dr. Lisa Cares. I appreciate it. You guys got this though. Let me know if there's any questions. Hey, Steph, how are you, friend? Let me know if there's any other questions. Thank you for this timely. This is timely. Thank you, friend. I hope you guys are doing okay. So, let me know if you have questions about the go live process. I'm a spiritual goddess and I cast. Thank you so much. Any kind of love spells. Thank you, friend. Be yourself in any reality. That's it. Thank you, Lang. Level 11. Congratulations. Great live. See you later. Stay blessed, everyone. Stay blessed. TikTok bringing more people in the room. They heard me just say I'm about to leave. Kara, so welcome. Others coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've been live for 2.5 hours. So let me say this. Appreciate you, Theos. How do you get that box in the right corner? This one here, viewer wishes. This one. Let me know if that's what you meant. The one with the gifts and the words, wink, wink, and stuff. But loved it. Thank you so much. If you okay, so I will be back on all accounts later. Appreciate your friend. um, If you're interested in the agency, I am still recruiting. So let me know if you're interested in the agency. Message me the word agency. You got to be a live host. You can't already be with a creator network agency. Those are the two rules. Okay. Two of the main two rules. And so message me if you're interested in joining my creator network agency. It's free 99. And so you're welcome to join. Um, the viewer wishes is a feature that you get while you're live. It's going to be when you're live, it's under the three dots. Under the three dots is viewer wishes. Before you go live, it's under the interact box on the setup screen when you're setting up your live. There's a box called interact. And so you have the option to change out words. There's some templates also. TikTok has templates and change out the different gifts that are there. So that's viewer wishes. Okay. And so what people typically do for viewer wishes is that you want to make sure your viewer wishes is set up to add value based on what you're doing, or it could be a great engagement strategy. You can also make it so that people are able to get something from you. That's the whole goal. um, you said 100 comments. Thank you so much, friend. Where if they're looking to, you want to include your viewers in terms of guessing maybe your next topic you're going to cover, and so they can make a suggestion. Or my music lives, like JB, she'll do a live and she'll have pick the next artist, your favorite artist. So if you want to her to repeat a song, you can get that done, and so you send a gift and she'll repeat that song. um, if my tarot card readers, they have like a full reading, mini reading, yes and no questions, all those type of things they'll have there as ways for people to engage. And so traditionally people come in and they'll get in what's called the wish queue. If you guys notice, if you click the GIF, it says the wish queue. So you can click that and see where you stand in terms of the queue. Okay. And so it shows the gifts and stuff that's been there. All right. So that's another way so people kind of know how things are operating in the room. All right. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for the likes, the comments, the shares. So here's the deal. 4 o'clock. I don't know where I'm going to be. I may be here. And if I do come here, it may not be a long time. I have to see. Because today is actually one of my bonus boys. One of my bonus boys is his 21st birthday. We're supposed to be taking him to dinner. So his birthday is today. And we're supposed to be taking him to dinner. Yes, you have birthdays. This is my birthday week. It kicks off today. So the birthday weeks. Those who were here yesterday heard me talk lovingly refer to it as my hell week. So with love. So So the birthdays kick off today, so we gotta do dinner for him. My husband's birthday is Friday. My mother-in-law is actually coming to town. He told me this, and I didn't realize he was saying she was coming actually on his birthday, but she's coming to town. She's gonna come cook for her 52-year-old baby. So so I was like, "That's so sweet. She cooking for her 52-year-old baby." But yeah, we're gonna have some good home cooking. So my mother-in-law's coming to cook for us. And so she's gonna come by on Friday. So I should be good Friday. I have to get him a present though, because his wife has not gotten him a present yet. So I'm gonna get him a present. And then my daughter's birthday is Monday. And so she went to California with me. So she got her present. She good. I might send her something, but she is more or less good. And then and so yeah, so that's what's happening. So tonight is dinner. So we got a dinner plans. Hey, friend, I'm about to leave again. You keep missing me. Happy birthdays to him. Yes. Hey, Michael, welcome. Hey, Coach B, welcome, welcome, Blaine. Thank you for those populars. I appreciate you, friend. Dang, I know. Yes, yes. So I'm gonna get off, but thank you for grabbing that daily heart me. So I think I'm gonna try my best. I have to find out. It depends on what time my husband get home, and then I think we were trying to do an early dinner. So I think that's the thought that we would probably do like a 5 o'clock dinner, maybe even a 4 o'clock dinner. So I have to find out what he wants to do. And the birthday boy, what he wants to do. Hello, sorry I'm late. No, you're fine. You're fine, friend. And so more than likely will come back. I'll do my live stream. I'm trying to be consistent, y'all, because July, like I said, July was my birthday month. I had a lot of travel, a lot of things happening, and I didn't go. My analytics looked really bad. I was like, oh, I really did some damage in July. So I'm trying to make August a makeup month where I'm trying to do a little bit more. Um, so today, so really by the time I get off this live, it's gonna be 2 hours. Thank you for the coach to me. It's gonna be 2 hours and like 45 minutes I've been live, and I've had a lot of lives where I've gone longer. So I'm trying to do a little bit more time. So I may, I'm at the gauge what's gonna happen. I'll have to ask them and see what time they're trying to go to dinner. But I will y'all will see me. I'm gonna do something, even if it's just an hour. I'll come back. And let me know if you have any questions. I'm always available. And we'll start this conversation all over again. I still haven't talked about all the things I could be talking about. So there's so many other things I could be talking about. So the questions just have been really good. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the support. Like I said, I'll be back. Um, I will be back uh later today. Like I said, I just don't know when. And so let me know if there's any last minute questions. Thank you all for watching the live. Thank you all for the likes, the comments, the shares, the stickers, the gifting, um, as well as all the engagement that's happened in this live stream. So I appreciate it. The gifting I appreciate as well. So everyone who supported. Um, I tell you guys all the time, remember, practice makes progress. You're always so humble. Appreciate it, friend. Thank you, friends. Practice makes progress. All right. So I don't want you guys to be overthinking this. I don't want you to think practice makes perfect. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to go live and continue to grow and build your community. So don't worry about being perfect. Okay. So focus on every day being part of a process, and you're growing and you're making progress. All right. All right. All right, friends. Super as always. Thank you so much. Y'all take care. Appreciate y'all. Bye bye. Thank you, my friends on the YT. Appreciate everybody over here as well. Thank you so much for the engagement and support. I will be back. I don't know what time though. So I'm gonna be back. So I'll be back today. We'll figure out what the options are, but I will be back. All right. Take care, friends.